Okay, what up, ladies and gents? It's your favorite Asian robot right here, and we are kicking off Monday. Now, please remember that there's only one stream today, so let's have a good one because I have a family dinner to attend later tonight. So let's kick it off into high gear. If I do stream tonight, it'll be much later, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. I'm not gonna promise anything. That being said, welcome to the show. I hope you guys will have a great time with us. We're gonna start up Caster Labs as well. Gonna make sure that's running. But yeah, let's have a good time today. Hope you all enjoyed my Serena build yesterday, and of course there is a plenty of music releases coming this week for my music channel, so you guys should check that out if you guys have not already. Alright, Chen Siddhartha Music, here is the link if anyone is interested. Alright, I'll post it up in chat, and I'll post it up several times today as well, because of course I do want some feedback on some of the latest tracks before we make our second EP release on all major music platforms, so do look forward to that. Okay, quickly grab this. Okay, my Discord has been informed. Now it's just time to tweet. Hello Jared, how you going? All right, tweeting. Good to hear. Hello, Sento. Hey, Leaf. Listen, back in the nowadays, right? It's really easy to get Amorphous. Back in the day, you could go 50 Amorphous, still not get the ultimate Gley code, and it would take 2 minutes, for the thingy to respawn. Sorry, it would take 1 minute for it to respawn each time. So, and you only had a 20% chance of getting the Amorphous in the first place. So, yeah, trust me, be grateful. Well, Nobu, the game is saying you're a noob. You better start studying. Alright, have I grabbed everything? I'm pretty sure I have. Okay, we're gonna kick today off with a little bit of butt kicking. Okay, we have that. Game over Sword Relic. Version Reinforcer. Some fire. Don't need this. That'll do. This'll do. Yeah, this'll do. Tuning, launcher farming. A couple more points and we're good to go. It would have been nice if I could have grabbed this, but there's literally no point in going there, so just have to accept it. Well, Umaru, Path of Exile is a very, very different game. It's a lot easier. This one, I mean. So, yeah. Because Path of Exile actually requires quite a bit of mental work, I reckon, in comparison. So let's go finish off Gley's arcade tuning, and we'll have some fun with that. Alright, let's go see how Gley looks as an office worker. You can probably turn her into the world's deadliest nun exorcist, since she already has glasses. This one actually kind of suits her a little bit. Street Fighter. Experimental mask, lol. Default Gley. Princess Kaguya. Middle layered cut. Lol. The Infernal Walker. Still good. Pyramid Head. Ultimate Gley. Still ugly though. Swimsuit Gley head. Yeah. Bit too much. Gotta decide on my fashion before I go kick ass. Better. Yeah, I do have merch. You can acquire it all here. Well, Handicapable is the type of game you gotta keep up with. Once you stop, you will never catch up again. However, if you follow the guidance, as you know before, just follow the videos, you should be able to get there. Okay, so Ultimate Descendants have slightly better defensive capabilities. Slightly, and I mean very slight. The other thing is that they've got access to Transcendent modules that the regular Descendant doesn't. For some Descendants, this can make a difference. For others, it doesn't really matter. Last but not least is that Ultimate Descendants come with 2 extra pre-catalyzed slots, which can save you some catalysts. Alright, that's the only differences they have right now. That is not to say the differences may not grow in future, because ultimately, Ultimate Descendants are designed, like the Ultimate version is supposed to be the best version of the Descendant. Yeah, when you type the command, you just have to go to the link, dude. See? Get your Robot Nation gear at the shop link. Even if you type in the command again, Travis, it's not going to change anything.
Subscriber detected.
So, I already typed in the command for you. Just hit the link and you can check out the merch.
Stop the enemy troop deployment.
Saifuden, thank you. Same to you, pal. Well, then my question, Maximilian, is why are you still watching streams about it? Oh, Finesse, good morning. Not trying to, you know, be a dick or anything, but I'm just curious. If you are bored of playing this game, then why are you watching a stream about it? Just gotta understand.
I smell death.
Make sure that you're not accidentally watching a stream back, Travis, but either way, there'll always be delays, because Nightbot is a separate bot. It's not run by YouTube. So it'll take a while for the links to show up. So be patient whenever you type a command in a streamer's chat. Depending on the bot they use, it can take a while. I use Nightbot because it's free and it's also very useful. Very customizable. Fair? In that case, I hope you enjoy the show, Maximilian. Since I more or less put on TFD shows almost every day.
Long-range shaping charge drop complete. Begin the void energy purification operation. Descendant, prime the detonator with your RK. Then activate the remote
Sabu, that's kind of the thing.
device.
A lot of people get bored and think they can stop for a while. And in fact, I do advise them as well. You know, take a break for a couple of months, go play a different game. But in actuality, this is the type of game you can never stop. You stop even for 1 second, and you will not only have too much to do, but there will actually be a significant gap in catching up. Which is where a lot of people go wrong. That's why this is a seasonal game. But it's a very different type of seasonal game to an ARPG. ARPG, you can play the season, finish out the season, and you're done until next season. That's great. But because this game is tied to progression, kind of like Destiny 2, Warframe, all that, once you miss one, that's kind of it for you. The new female descendant already arrived with Ultimate Blair. What are you talking about? The odd it was here. The odds it was. That's Serena. She was already released when Season 2, Episode 2 dropped. There's no other descendant coming other than Ultimate Blair. And remember, you want less descendants to release, not more. That people might say that's counterproductive. Yeah, but the more the roster grows, the more descendants are going to be left behind and become actually useless, as is already the case. I'd actually rather they focus on nothing but reworking Descendants until every Descendant is viable. And I mean very viable, not like a minute slower than the fastest Descendant. No, the differences should be at most 20-30 seconds. That's how I feel personally. That way, like, there'll always be one Descendant that stands out. It's like 20-30 seconds faster, but the rest should not have such a hard time catching up. Nope, for new players, there's no problem. For new players, come on in anytime. The game is great if you learn it from the start. This is a new bug though. Did you see that the rocket launcher couldn't actually harm the pod? That's hilarious. That's hopefully a bug they'll fix. Nobody remembers Jaber. But anyway, the most important thing to understand is that for new players, this game is definitely much more accessible. But do you know why it's harder for players to catch up if they've come before? It's because of disorientation. For a new player, you grow up with the current environment. It's totally fine. The game is actually very, very friendly and kind toward new players. But for returning players, you are going to be disoriented as hell, which is what always happens. That's why I always feel that there's a gap, because for a returning player, you're not treated like a new player. You don't grow up in the current environment, so there's always a disconnect. And when you have that disconnect, it can sometimes feel like, okay, holy hell, what am I doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Which always amuses me to an extent. Yep, this is unfortunately a bug. Hopefully they will fix it. But them's the breaks. You couldn't clear Purge 28? Dude, why didn't you just use my Gley build? I've had the Gley build posted for like a month, dude. Anyone who could not clear 28, I mean, realistically speaking, I have to say, why didn't you just use Gley? Why didn't you build the builds that were already available everywhere? Nobody who actively plays the game, just saying it straight, should have been stuck at 28.
Please proceed at your own discretion, but do not exceed your limits.
Because it was impossible to lose once they nerfed Void Erosion the first time. Now they've re-nerfed it even easier, so I mean, if you really needed the kitty gloves that much, I worry about the player base. Because we already like showcased how to do it. You're not supposed to use the relic, you just use the last dagger, dude.
It's defenseless. Shoot it down.
Like, why would anyone need the restored relic to do it? And why didn't you try the restored relic in the past? Because it sounds like you just gave up. Yeah, so you haven't tried it in ages. There you go. You can't just give up when you're playing something. That's silly. You can't cut out a part of the game and ignore it. It doesn't work that way. Especially, I mean, it makes no sense if you trust me as a creator, because I literally showed you how to do it. Catalysts are not an excuse. You get 2 per day, man. That's literally 5 days at most that you need. You see, this is why I worry about the player base sometimes, see, Blossom. No offense to you, but when people stop trying and they have to wait for a game to lower the challenge rating before they even attempt something, that's just sad. Games should be so challenging that they are practically uncompletable. That's how I feel. You might think, wait a second, that makes no sense, because then who's going to be playing the game? that's kind of the point. You see, you're supposed to be able to take on a challenge under geared and whatnot and clear it. Then finally, when you do get the gear, or you use the methods given to you in the game to take it on, then you finally overcome the challenge and it feels better. But if we do it the opposite way around and we wait for it to get easier, then I feel that that's the wrong direction for the game to move in. Why is there one random creature over there? That's so weird. Because if we do that, then we are literally limiting what we can create and do in the game, you see? Because otherwise the kitty gloves have to be on from the start. That's sometimes what I worry about. When you have the kitty gloves on from the start, it's less fulfilling even if you do overcome something, because it's practically like farm status.
Descendant, air support is standing by. On your signal, we'll initiate suppressing fire. Look out for.
Fair enough. Call it a difference in mentality then. I cannot just leave something unbeaten, no matter what. I mean, no matter what game I play, you have to beat every single challenge in it. Get out of your damn pod. Come here.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a glitch. But they already know about it, so I'm pretty sure it'll be fixed. Not that it really matters. I mean, you have 3 weapons. You can just pull one out. Yeah, but you had to wait till this long, Sea Blossom. Like, no disrespect to you, like I said. It's just that for me, as soon as something comes out, I have to beat it. You know, you can't just leave it. I think that once you just leave it and you have to wait for it to be easier to beat it, it's just like,
transport location.
You know,
Great work out there.
unfortunately, I am the uncooler kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I would feel about it. I don't mind the people that do wait, but I just think that sometimes, you know, because a lot of devs, they also rely on the statistics of who's beaten what, things like that. And when they see that only like, say, 1 or 2% of the player base has beaten something, it makes them lose confidence in the content they put out, so they water down future challenges. I feel that if every gamer went at it hardcore day one, you know, then it'll be a lot better. And Rango, the game's not gonna die. If you bought an NS skin, you'll be fine. That being said, I hope you registered me as your creator before buying. If you bought and you didn't register me as a creator, bro, what are you even doing here? Nah, Sea Blossom, from now on, you shall be known as the weakest gamer. That is your new title. Weakling. Anyway, anyone who hasn't registered me as a creator before buying skins, don't be that guy. Alright, don't be that guy. At least register me as a creator beforehand. Especially if you've been enjoying the content, watching the content, like, bro. Do not be that guy. Sorry, Sea Blossom. Even if you say that for open world games, you are now known as the weakest gamer, that's all. Okay, at least Gley's arcade tuning is done. Well, now that you know, are you gonna click the link? I wanna do that. Hit the link and be a good guy. This should work. That should also work. Good. Enjoy, Maurice. Okay, this is finished. It's going good, Brandon. Okay, that's clear. No need to think about that anymore. Alright, Detective Bunny. You've got work to do. Let's go get a better hunter set.
Launching void vessel exploration operation.
Yeah, but seeing as it's more than 80 days away, I won't be discussing that right now. If you don't mind. I'd like to focus on Season 2. Because we don't know what promises will be coming true and we don't know what's going to actually happen. Not to mention it's a long way away. Because this is what I mentioned before. People don't keep hype that long. All things considered. Well, Rengo, if you want difficult, this is not the game for you. They lowered difficulty in many instances already. So, I'm just going to say it straight because I'd like to be an honest guy. If you find this game too easy, or you don't like easy, then you may as well quit now and save yourself the trouble. Because as much as people say, why would you tell people to quit? Don't you want more people playing this game? Yeah, but if you want any sort of challenge, this game is not it. You will never get even a single bit of challenge at all. Everything in this game is easy, and it will always be easy. Because as soon as the smallest challenge comes, the biggest problem with the player base is that they cry about it. And that has been the direction of the devs. What I want them to revamp is not open world or anything. What I want them to do is to stop listening to anybody that says, I can't do something. No, 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 you can. But they need to stop listening to people that look at, you know, my build and say, I can't do this. Or listen to somebody and say, oh, this is too hard to do. There's no such thing. Alright? You think Monster Hunter ever lowers difficulty? Nobody cares if Tempered Gore Magala kills you in 2 hits. They're not going to lower difficulty for you. And they never have. I mean, sure, once G rank armor comes out, you know, Tempered Gore Magala is going to be farmed like an easy peasy farm, but there'll be new monsters to replace the difficulty. Monster Hunter, you get good. That's what they need to do here. They haven't stood their ground to stand firm. That's why I'm concerned. I'm glad that many people are still playing this game. That's good. But they need to stand firm on difficulty. We need certain things to be difficult. We need certain things that less than 5% of the player base can overcome without proper building. Once they have a proper build, at least 50% of the player base should be able to overcome it. Sure, fine. But they need to have the right build. And there still needs to be some challenge in them doing it even with the right build. That's kind of the crucial key. You know, challenge should not be frowned upon. Challenge needs to be embraced, because if you've got nothing to work for, no purpose, you stop playing. If you've got nothing to do, you stop playing. When I don't have a reason to play, I play something else. Right? So that is my biggest thought process right now. Colossi with the right concept, wrong execution, in my opinion. I feel that the Colossus, the whole frenzy thing, they were trying to be different, but this is one instance where I said the difference has actually worked against them. See, what they should have done is, like any other normal boss battle in other video games, every health bar should have triggered one phase. Colossi got 3 health bars, okay? First health bar down, it switches to a different phase, different mechanics. You learn the mechanic, you beat it. All right, it shouldn't just be immune to damage. You should still be able to hurt it. Maybe it takes reduced damage unless you do something specific, but it should never have been just frenzy unbeatable. Like that, I think screwed what a boss fight should feel like. Also, the loot's kind of trash. Like now they've upped the loot, but all the colossi are like farmable in 2 seconds. Not really very good. RNG gods not blessing you is a problem with every video game, but that's part of the fun. If it's a fun activity, people will repeat the activity 50 to 100 times if it's fun. The problem is they don't know how to put the fun into the grind. There needs to be a mix of fun and grind.
Get out of the way!
Play in whatever way you like. That's not wrong. But at the end of the day, just don't be a whiner that says, oh, this is too hard for me. Because too many people have done that. And that is what got us into this situation. By the way, if anyone wonders, I'm not talking to Sea Blossom or anybody else. No, I'm talking to the real whiners. Like Sea Blossom, I was just messing with him earlier. But the real whiners are all on Reddit and Discord saying everything's too hard, can't even complete Void Erosion Purge level 2. Like, these people will never consult a robot build in their lives. They'll never come to YouTube because they all suffer from I'm so good syndrome. They all think that they're God's gift to gaming or something. So as soon as they can't beat a challenge because they have no knowledge and no skills, they think that everybody else can't beat it. But it's all beatable. It's all doable. I produce the guides. Just do what I do. It's not hard. Like, this is one of the easiest games in the market right now. You want hard, play Path of Exile 2. There's literally freaking Monster Hunter Wilds I can't really consider hard anymore. But it does have a learning curve, I will say that much. It's Monster Hunter Wilds Path of Exile 2, which is ridiculous. There's a whole bunch of other games out there that you can challenge. So how's a game like this going to compete? A lot of people already see this kind of game as, unfortunately, a turn your brain off kind of game, which is fair, but there's only so many people that are going to pick that up, you know? And most of them, if they're already experienced at a particular turn your brain off game, for example, people who are experienced with Warframe, they aren't going to switch over. Nah, me neither, pal. I made it to the second difficulty, but other games took over for now. And my Monster Hunter content, my bow build actually got quite a bit of views. So I'm going to be working on some more Monster Hunter content soon. You know, working on all the different builds that I'm using and things like that. I want to get the Dual Blades guide out next. So that's another big important one. But yeah, I'm just also concerned about the player base, and I hope that, you know, I like to just talk to people, find out what they're thinking. But yeah, you know, from my perspective, I just hope that this game can understand that what we want, what we're really looking forward to, is something better. Something greater, something, you know, a bit more challenging. Because whenever they put a challenge in the game, it always seems like the first thing they do is hear out the whiners and then cut it down. I'm just thinking to myself, is that really the best thing to do? Only if he's good, Maurice. Or unless I'm very bored. Because, look, unless the character is going to be meta level strong, is there really a point to playing him? That's the question I gotta ask. Is there really a point to playing the character unless he's going to be hyper meta level strong? Why? Why do we need to play a character that's not the best? And is he going to actually be good, or are they just, you know, giving us slop? Now, the researching items time is not a problem. You'll get used to it. Why? Because there's a lot of other stuff you have to do in between. You have to prepare all your catalysts. In fact, you will reach a stage where you're kind of grateful for the research time. At first, when you're new to the game and you got everything to do, it can seem like such a headache, right? But eventually you reach my stage where you don't even use all your 7 research slots. That's why in the past 5 research slots were enough. Because you don't need it. But for newer players catching up, yeah, it can feel a little bit difficult. It's like, damn, this takes so long, right? In future, you'll be grateful for it. Give you time. No, Leaf. It's not that it's random amorphous. Those were the old amorphous in the game. Some people are still holding on to copies of that. I still have some copies of that. That's why it hasn't been deleted. They can't just delete the game data for it. Because as long as even one person from the old season still has that amorphous in their inventory, they can't just delete the data for it. It doesn't work. It has no links because you can't get it ever again. But who's to say they can't just put it back in rotation, right? You never know. Yeah?
No chance.
So they'll just leave it there. Yeah, Maurice, but they aren't my build guides, are they? That means you've been looking at other creators. Sure, you can do that. But you always know what's gonna happen, right? You know that once the actual stuff comes out, we're gonna look at the content, we're gonna see whether or not it's really worth it. Because quite frankly, I'm gonna do an assessment in comparison to other characters, and the worst thing that's gonna happen is that he's just gonna end up like Healer. Sure, he's fun, but you're gonna end up like a minute slower than Bunny. You're gonna end up a minute slower than an S, or 2 minutes slower than an S, then what's the point? That's what a lot of people say, but I don't think so, Baklava. I think everybody just has fond memories of a previous time. But I don't actually think so, because I played all the betas. Also, it could have been that the older consoles held back what they could do. But we'll see what the final result is once they drop the support for the older consoles. They might upgrade everything. But they'll have to optimize. In that case, why are you taking a look at others and wasting your time, Maurice? You see, in your mind, it's because the only reason you're even taking a look at others is because you think that maybe I haven't covered everything yet. Maybe there's some hidden pathway out there. And I don't blame you for that. There'll always be some doubt, you know? But do you know the reason why everybody eventually just ends up here? And they stop watching the others? Because there's no point. Want to waste your time? You can. But I'm not into wasting time. And I'm also not into fooling people. Because sometimes you can build something for a very specific task, and it's going to be great for that task. Then what do you do when you're not doing that task, or when you're doing something else? That's why if I build something specifically, I say it's only for that one thing. Otherwise, it can get very difficult for people. I will never forget how, when the whole Last Dagger thing came out, people in their first slot, I mean back when we had Ghost Bullets not too long ago, in their first spot they put an elemental thing. And that basically meant the build was only designed for one task, because people would carry it into a different task and say, hey, wait a second, I can't do anything. That's why I had to make a general build that could do all tasks. Congrats, Leaf. You want to know, you want my honest opinion? Now, I'm not saying this about any specific creator. I want to be clear about that, because some of their fans have been up my ass already, trying to say I've been talking down to this creator or that creator. I don't do that. I've never named a name. But what I will say is that other than a couple of creators which I respect, and again, I'm not going to tell you who I respect and who I don't, but a lot of folks have quit because they were buying views before. Aside from the ones I respect and whom I know are legit, quite a few of them have been investing in buying views. It's very easy to do on YouTube. Do you know that that's what a lot of creators do? Do you know that they have a little table, or maybe if they're not good with accounting, they probably don't, but they might even keep a little receipt sheet or notebook or whatever. What they'll do is that they'll take a video and then they'll buy views and promote that video. It's very simple. And if the video reaches a certain number of views after promoting, they've made money. If it doesn't, they don't. They have to hope that the real views that they get is more than the fake views. And once that cost becomes unsustainable and they're bleeding money for a few months, they quit. That's what they do. I've seen it with other games. That's why you see them come in, they'll do some content, their videos are real flashy, real nice, You know, works really good. It's awesome. Oh man, look at these super cool video cuts and edits. They probably hired their own editor, thumbnail production through the roof, yet all their thumbnails look the same. Won't even put their face in their thumbnail, FYI, because they're scared. And then
No chance.
after a while, no results. And you'll notice that all of them get very, very similar views to one another. Doesn't matter whether they're famous, not famous. You know, all of a sudden their one hit video, 20K, 30K views. Whereas a normal person like myself gets 2-3K within the first 24 hours, and that's a really good video. Then it slowly builds up over time. That's a more natural growth because I don't do that. What you're seeing from me is a very organic growth.
My shield.
I'll let people discover my videos and content on their own. But that's why whatever I take home, that's pure profit. I don't have extra hidden costs, you see? That's why I can sustain on almost any game that I play as long as I know the community is into it. That's why I'm still here. I have no reason to quit because this is literally one of my biggest money makers. I mean, sure, Monster Hunter Wilds is building up, but it's nowhere near what I got here. That's completely wrong, Lord Rain. Have you seen the video about skill power and how that works? If you haven't, you got to take a look at that, buddy. This is why I tell people there's a lot of video content that you guys need to watch. Here's my entire playlist of videos. If anyone hasn't perused the entire selection of videos, you got to check that out. Okay? There's a lot of videos you're missing and that you don't know about. See if you can find it yourself, Lord Rain. Search for the skill power video. It literally will tell you and explain to you, you know, best skill power modules, how to multiply skill damage. Like, I think the one that you're looking for is skill power multiplier guide, because I think you need to learn how to multiply skill power properly. If you learn how to multiply skill power properly, you'll understand why we use power increase. So I suggest you take a look at that video. Anyone who doesn't know about these multipliers, you better start watching the videos. We've done everything that you need. All the math is all done for you. Everything you need is accurately compiled. It's already on this channel. You just have to seek it out. So take note of the playlist, bookmark it. In your free time, you watch all the videos. Not doing this because I want views on my old videos or crap like that. Alright? If I cared about revenue, I'd tell you guys exactly which video to watch and when, but no. It's just homework. I'll leave it up to your discretion, but you want to get good in this game, you want to understand my choices, then I back it up with facts. That's why I have no reason to quit. Why would I bother quitting? I make pure profit, like I said, on every single video that I do. And I've got a huge body of videos that is just waiting for people to peruse. Every time they do it, I gain more. Doesn't make financial sense for me to quit. Only time I quit is when a game is dead.
My shield.
And this game is far from dead, so if creators are quitting, good. Let them. Then hopefully their communities can come over here and find out what a real creator can do. But again, aside from people that I respect, you know, and I'm sure that the people that I respect would never quit because they got all their views legit anyway. Makes no sense for them to quit. You know, they're good people. So, whatever. So far from what I've seen, and again, I'm not going to name any names, so don't ever try to pull that out of me. Okay? And to the fans of those people who are very nervous about me, hey, keep staying nervous. Because one day I'm going to expose your guy, but that being said, you know, I think that most of the good people, they're staying and they're having a blast. And they might take a break and, you know, play some other games, but they'll always be back just like I am. Hey, sup, Truff?
Suck at it.
Suck at what?
Great start. On. Oh my.
Oh, you're
I
playing
forgot I
something
can't
different.
aim.
Lol. Wilds is a
I
lot
forgot I
better,
can't
pal.
aim. Nah. World.
Okay, you have fun. You have fun, buddy. My
Reload.
little brother's playing something different. Anyway, Drazuric, you're tired of content creators say old console is old back. TFD Warframe is 12 years old, still running on old console. Maybe Nexon is not that good at programming. Hey, listen, I'll say this much: you believe what you want to believe. but I'm actually happy that they're dropping support for old console. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't care what people think. Y'all are welcome to play Warframe instead. If you feel that it's a better game, go ahead. Please, by all means, go ahead and do that. But what I will tell you is this. Nobody should be playing on old gaming hardware. If you are, then I suggest you, and look, I'm just going to say it straight. I don't care who gets offended. If you are still playing on old gaming hardware, get a job, hustle, just like the rest of us. Because you should always be playing on the latest hardware. Every 3 years, I upgrade my PC to the latest stuff. Alright? If you're not willing to do that, then gaming is not a hobby for you, because gaming is an expensive hobby. End of story. If you can't afford it, get your shit together. Alright? Because technology is always improving. We either keep up or we get left behind. You ever see people complaining about Warhammer 40k miniature prices? If they can't afford it, they just don't play. Why should gaming in general be different for one style of hobbies or another? What about Magic the Gathering? What about card games? People who can't afford all those Yu-Gi-Oh cards and whatever, they don't play in tournaments. They just don't participate in the game. You know, we can't hold back for you, and I'm sorry about that, alright? Sorry if that offends anyone, but the thing is, if you can't even afford the latest game console, I'll say it straight as a content creator, how are you going to afford to support me as a creator? If you're running on the old hardware, chances are that you're somebody that's not willing to put the money toward their creator as well. And quite frankly, that's unsustainable for me. I rely upon the donations and love of several members of my community who are just awesome. But they're hustling every day. They got good jobs. They're working hard just like I'm working hard. Min HD said, do I like playing this game more, or do I treat it more like a job? This is a job for me. I'm a content creator. I don't enjoy any game that I play. Or rather, I should probably say I don't enjoy it in the same way that you guys do. Because when I'm playing a game, I think from the perspective of how do I make this game enjoyable for other people. Since it is a job, mentally speaking, I look at it from a customer service point of view. So for me, my thought process is not, am I going to have so much fun with this game? It's not about my enjoyment. It's the enjoyment of the crowd. And you can solo this mission without Voltia, but it's a bit harder. I would recommend the Enduring Legacy, and I can teach you how to do it like right now, but you have to pay close attention to what I'm about to do. If you got a PS4 and a PS5, then good. Play on the PS5. Sell your PS4. Unless you want to keep it to play old games, that's completely fine. I think I still got my old PlayStation 2 somewhere around my house. But that being said, you know, that's just how it is. You do need the beam gun, but I can show you how to clear it without the beam gun. Alright, but you're gonna need something like Enduring Legacy or whatever, because the blue shields you can destroy with skill damage. The yellow shields you need a gun for. So if you don't have Voltia yet, here's how you do it. The blue shield areas, you just run around with Bunny or whatever, you can kill it. Alright, just like that. It's very easy to do. No difficulty, no problems. But the yellow shield areas, you're gonna have to know who to shoot. Okay? I'll show you. But pay very close attention because I'm only going to explain this once. Alright, I'm going to focus on the explanation before we get back to discussions. Okay? So pay close attention. Anyone that doesn't have Voltia, you shoot your Enduring Legacy at the guy that's generating the shield. You see where the shield is being generated? I hit that guy. Then all the shields pop. Alright? That's how you do it. It takes a bit longer than Voltia, but it's all doable. See that? Look at who's generating the shield and you shoot them. Too many shields, don't worry. Shoot through them. Shoot through them. Enduring Legacy can do that. There you go.
You forgot how to play this early.
Lol. Good job, Truff. Okay. This is from the Ultimate Bunny Bundle, the $3,000 one, the second bundle that they introduced, the hyper expensive one. That's why I'm using these particular bunny ears. I like them. I paid for them. I'm going to use them. Of course, any gun will work on the yellow shields, but Malevolent, you have to buy the Battle Pass. Enduring Legacy, every Tom, Dick, and Harry's got one. And also works well with Bunny, FYI. So, because you can use it as a speed stick for Bunny as well. There you go. That's it. And although there are more players on old consoles, I'm just gonna say it straight, Drazuric, I don't care about them. Because, again, if they're not going to switch to new consoles, that's a them problem. And if it comes in any way, shape, or form due to a financial burden, then they're not going to pay for my content either, which means I do not want them as an audience. It is usually a money problem, and look, I respect it. I've been broke before. Don't ever think that I haven't been broke, but when I was broke, I just didn't play games. I focused on my hustle and grind. Then finally, once I stopped being broke, I got my shit together and started, you know, doing what I do. So, unfortunately, gaming is an expensive hobby. No matter how much we want to slice it, no matter how much we try and say, hey, you know, I think that we should take care of all people. I love the sentiment, I do. But I want my games to always be optimized for the latest stuff. And sometimes when you've got a huge range of consoles, it creates a problem. Games that have been around for longer, updating your game for the latest stuff is a lot easier than becoming backwards compatible.
Just had a moment of deja vu right there.
Nice. No, you're right, Damien. Some people don't.
I missed.
You poor fella.
Oh.
You know, coming back to the topic about having priorities straight, that's how it is. When I couldn't afford shit, I didn't buy shit. I focused on what I could do and I lived within my means. You know, that's how you gotta do it. That's how the industry, the world works. You wanna do anything, you gotta live within your means and you gotta hustle. Alright? Every day, as funny as it sounds, every day I'm hustling. Legit. Oops. Should just roll through that. Don't know why I jumped into that. But anyway, every day, legit, I'm just out here hustling. You know? Like right now, my latest hustle is my AI generated music. I know not everybody agrees with that, but I know I'm good at it. I know I can make some bangers. And I know that eventually I'm going to be able to get paid for those bangers. That's why I'm working so hard on it. Because the more music releases I make, the more people is going to learn about me, the more that they're going to enjoy my stuff. And FYI, if anyone hasn't heard it yet, you can go check out my music on my music channel. Alright, I post new tracks all the time. Alright, we're working hard on it. I've also recently released on every major platform. Spotify, Apple, everything. You know, eventually we're going to make some extra money from this. But I don't stop my hustle. I've got more hustles. I don't just do this. You know, I got to get back to my TikTok hustle. I got to get back to everything. And that's what you got to do. You do what you've got to do. That's reality. Listen, Daz Crazy, you ever speak about that game, I'm gonna have to ban you from this channel. I've got nothing to do with that game, and if you ever mention it here, I'm gonna assume you're one of the super racist crew that's part of their whole operation. So I'm very sorry, but you'll be able to chat again in 1 minute. Never ever mention that game here. I'll give you one more chance to start over, okay? Pretend I never played that game and it doesn't exist, yeah? We want nothing to do with the world's biggest racist community or their racist developers.
No chance.
As an Asian man, I want nothing to do with that. Alright, and I want my current sponsors, my current companies to have nothing to do with that either.
Little.
Don't worry about it. I don't talk about it. The block is shot. If you know about it, you know about it. If you don't know about it, best you don't know about it. Like I said, anybody that even talks about it, I just throw them out of my stream. They're not welcome here.
Out of my way.
I've had nothing to do with the game for 3 years or more, but they're people. They just keep harassing me.
My shield.
An enemy container has been revealed. Please verify the data.
You know, for me, it's just easy. It's a click of a button. Anybody want to talk shit, talk smack? Just like that. I don't ever need to worry about it. Don't ever need to sweat it. It's that easy. 29 is the highest for now, or so people say. I have not achieved 29, and I honestly don't care to achieve 29. I could if I wanted to, but meh. It's not a Fallout, dude. Like I said, don't talk about it. I'm gonna give you one chance to start over.
Oh.
It's not a Fallout. Pretend I never played it. Pretend you're talking to me for the first time. If you can do that, you're welcome here. If not, like I said, I'll have to throw you out. Okay? So I'm warning you again. Don't ever call it a Fallout. Don't ever call it anything like that. If you call it anything other than the world's biggest bit of racism, then you're not welcome here. Your choice. Can't obey by my rules? You're gone.
Nothing of the aim is. Oh.
Well, no, some people like MR. I don't mind if they like mastery rank. But for me, I just don't bother because the only time I'm going to bother is when we finally get 30. And the reason, and the only reason for that is I want one more preset slot. That's why for now, I've just let it be. Much better, Daz. Thank you. Appreciate you respecting that. But yeah, this is the only reason I want it. Like right now, getting to 29 doesn't interest me because I don't need 4 more slots. But when they finally allow 30, that'll be the day. Then I will actually bother finishing all the rest of the weapons and stuff. Just because I know it'll be good. Still no good components. Are they kidding me?
I rolled too soon.
We all rolled too soon. All of us. All right, again. Anyway, I hope that helped to showcase how you can do Void Vessel without Voltia. Just use something like Enduring Legacy. So you can do it without Voltia. Voltia just makes it a lot easier. But you just need to know how to pop the yellow shields. As long as you learn how to pop the yellow shields, you shoot the guy that's creating the shield, you're good to go.
Man. At once. Forgot I couldn't off that attack.
Launching Void Vessel Exploration Operation.
In the end, you know, Wilds is where it's at.
World will get me better at Great Sword.
Well, every streamer has to be able to multitask. You can't talk to your chat and play the game if you can't multitask. I don't mind if I die a little bit, but, you know, you always got to take care of the environment. Yes, I do. Everything that you need is in my playlist. Here's my playlist of videos. You watch every single video in there, you become a god. You don't? Well, I can't help that. The choice is yours at the end of the day, alright? So there's my playlist of videos. You can search up things like Kyber farming, all that. Or you can even put it into YouTube. Just put in Kyber farm RealAsianRobot. Yeah. All weapons, purple, blue, all of them give mastery. Yosef. All weapons in the game will give you mastery. The first time you do anything, level up anything or do an activity for the first time, like a mission for the first time, yeah, that'll give you mastery. I will be real with you, there's no need to do Bunny with the new speed set. She's better off with the current set, and you're already maxing out at 1,300 sprint speed, FYI. So that's why I don't use Bunny with the new speed set. You can, but there's no need. I'm easily able to cop the maximum movement speed. So, granted, I do have to use speed of light, but yeah, to me, it's not really worth it. I prefer the set that I have, actually. Works better. Not saying that you can't use it, but yeah, it works better.
No chance.
Well, that's how RNG works, Saritza. Just have to suffer through it. And here I think you definitely missed whoever gifted the memberships, because the gifts were a couple of days ago. But why you not been attending streams regularly, bro? Shameful, man. You gotta attend regularly.
Oh.
If you don't attend regularly, then it's a waste, man. It's a waste. You've been busy with your own hustle, huh? Okay, okay. Cool, cool.
Out of my way.
In that case, I'll be expecting a nice little tip on payday, okay? Good luck on your hustle, man. Well, Ali Speed, the thing is, why haven't you already farmed Ultimate Bunny? That's the question I'll ask to you. Ultimate Bunny takes less than 3 days to farm. So why haven't you farmed Ultimate Bunny? Skins, you can never get them again. So I always pick the skin. Because Ultimate Bunny can be farmed. Your choice. Unless I'm paid, Hero Harmony. Sorry, I can't do that. My testing services come with a fee. You can always negotiate with me via my business email. Unfortunately, my very limited time is all money, so I have to be very cautious about it. Hell, I haven't even had time to review some indie games, and they've just been handing me keys, but I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, I got no time for this. Yeah, you don't need a great bunny reactor, to be honest. I only use it for farming anyway. I do have a good reactor for her, but I just haven't upped it yet. I'm so lazy to implant more stuff into it, so I'm still using this old, crappy reactor. Like this old, terrible reactor. You can spam Sigma Sector if you want. Basically what I'll do is I'll check the reactor farms. You should know how to farm reactors anyway. If you don't know how to farm reactors, then you better learn. Alright, but if the reactor farm for the week isn't good, then I go and spam Sigma Sector. Like, that's what I'll normally do. Because you never know what reactor will turn up in the Sigma Sector, you get what I mean? Like, that I dig.
An enemy container has been revealed. Please verify the
That I
data.
really dig. Like, just the other day, I think I got a pretty good, reactor right there, which was really nice. I do want a slightly better reactor, but that's a good reactor if I ever plan on running Valby. Freyna's very good, Lord Rain. Haven't you seen me use her? She's great. I can do a demonstration of Freyna after this. She's fantastic. Freyna kills everything. Well, as long as you're using the correct build, and if you're not using my build, then you better start worrying. Choice is yours, of course, as I always say. By the way, guys, shameless self-promotion. Don't forget, here's my music channel. Alright, don't forget I'm releasing more tracks every single day. Alright, I hope some of you guys will give my music a chance. Yes, it's AI generated. Some of you may feel strongly about that, but I promise you that my stuff's the real deal. Alright, I edit the sounds myself, do all the work myself. Alright, AI is used to create it, but I put the finishing touches in, generate the lyrics and all that. So, or rather, I should probably say write the lyrics. So please do give it a chance if you can. If you don't, it's all totally okay as well. But yeah, that's my side project. That's my next hustle.
Wait, I get more hours on. I have more hours on Wild Sim World.
Good.
That's surprising.
Lord Rain, that's because those are the most efficient characters for certain things. Freyna is still an efficient farmer, and also for the special ops defense mission, but I haven't really been there, have I? So that's why you haven't seen me use Freyna, because there's no need right now. But I'm also not working on arcade tuning. I want to finish Bunny's arcade tuning, because Bunny is usually the first farmer that everybody gets. Ultimate Bunny is usually everyone's first descendant, you know? No pun intended. But thanks to her, you usually farm a lot of stuff. So to an extent, she is better than Freyna in that sense. But Freyna's still good. So your question was whether Freyna was good or not, right? And I think you would have seen me use her because I've been leveling her arcade tuning a couple of times. So if you didn't catch those, I can do a demonstration after this. Freyna's still very good, but depends on what your usage purpose is. You should, Hero Harmony. Make sure you subscribe and get the notifications on. You'll love the music. There's more coming soon. And even better tracks coming every day. Promise you that. I've got some serious bangers for the next few EPs. I'm just trying to get through this current one right now. Once this is done, we're going to release even more awesome work. I mean awesome work. Am I excited for Ultimate Blair? Nope. Tell me, does anyone actually use Blair right now? Other than some people trying to push the idea that he's like decent or something, which he isn't compared to any of the other farmers. When they make Blair as viable as Freyna, you'll see me play Blair. So I have zero excitement for Ultimate Blair. I really don't give a shit. If Blair can keep up with Freyna, sure. But we all know that he can't even keep up with Freyna. So there's no point. Basically, Freyna is the gold standard for farming. Anyone less than Freyna is not good. That's why Viessa, people can argue till the cows come home. Oh, she's got great damage. Yeah, sounds great, right? Until you actually have to do shit. And you realize you're wasting 2-3 minutes extra every single time trying to play Viessa. At that point, you ask yourself, why bother? Why am I doing this when I could be doing something else? Like playing an actual Descendant. Fair enough, Lord Rain. In that case, I'll do a demonstration for you right after this. That way you can see it firsthand. And hopefully, it'll show you that Freyna's still dead strong. It's not that he looks mad useless, it's that he is mad useless. Like I said, when they buff him to Freyna standard, that's when I'll play him. And I hope they do. Because I'm tired of the guys not being as good as the ladies. Like, I want to see the guys do as well. They deserve that. Like, I want this game to overcome its reputation as Goon Frame. Because that's what everyone calls it, you know? The Goon or Warframe. Like, if this game wants to overcome that, they need to start by making the guys viable. That way more people will be inclined to buy skins for the guys. If they're not even inclined to play the guys, they're not going to waste money on skins. So it makes it seem like the ladies are worth more. No. Freyna is not the number 2 farmer. Unfortunately, that's Bunny. It's still Bunny after all this time because you can make Bunny really, really good. Especially, that's why my 400% farming build was actually about 20 seconds faster than Freyna because unfortunately Freyna, no matter how... Freyna is easier to play. But she has a slight delay on her skills because they're all DOT. Like I said, I'll demonstrate everything after this. I'm gonna stretch my neck a bit. I wasn't gonna stiff neck. It's not that they didn't nerf his bossing build, Intelli. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to correct you on that because I cannot allow anyone to spread misinformation. Kyle had a bug that made him one-shot bosses. They have never nerfed Kyle. In fact, all they've ever done is buff Kyle, and he's still not that great. So, quite frankly, sorry, you can't say they nerfed Kyle. They didn't nerf his bossing build. They fixed the bug. They fixed the bug that allowed him to one-shot things when he shouldn't have been able to one-shot them. So please not spread misinformation. If you're unsure about something, ask me first. Alright, and don't fall for what Reddit says, because Reddit's all bullshit most of the time. They never nerf Kyle, and the only nerf that's even coming in this game, the first nerf is the Ines nerf, which will eventually be happening. But whether or not they're going to go through with it, we'll see. Because they've had a no nerf policy since day one.
Get out of the way!
An enemy container has been revealed. Please verify the data.
Listen, Jack, you've been here before. You know exactly what's going to happen if you ask that kind of question. And it's not like you haven't been part of the timeout squad before, so I'll ask you right now, is that really what you want to do? Or do you want to just come here and have a pleasant chat? You can make a choice. That's what I thought. Let's keep this pleasant, shall we? Keep in mind that under my contract, I have to have a clean stream policy. Let's keep it that way. Okay. Freyna demonstration, right? Let's do this. Let me just put in my arcade tuning point first. Okay. When it comes to Freyna, now I'm still working on her arcade tuning and whatnot, but used correctly, you're literally looking for a nice toxic mechanics reactor. Now I'm using a non-farming reactor. You can get her even stronger than this, and secret garden. Okay, these are both important. Inversion reinforcer, you can keep it the same as what you normally do. Doesn't really matter here. Arcade tuning, you're just gonna get skill power as per normal. Okay, your fellow can be Hagio, sheepdog, whatever the hell you want. There are new events in the game, yeah. Just the same daily stuff, so that's about it. Let me start by showcasing just the 400%. Okay, we're just gonna go in straightforward, and off we go. Listen, Assassino. Your choice whether to watch those videos instead of mine, okay? Especially if you want to delve into unconfirmed stuff, but you know, that's your choice. Like I said, when there's stuff to talk about, I'll talk about it. The raps are all me, yeah. It's only the latest stuff that is AI generated. The raps are my old stuff. Terrence, get to Mastery Rank 20 first, then think about it. Then follow all the quest lines. If you're not Mastery Rank 20, don't even think about unlocking anything. Okay? Not saying this to be harsh, I'm just telling you the truth. Because what a lot of people do is that they don't up their Mastery Rank. Okay? You don't have to up it beyond 20 if you don't want to, but if you're not a minimum Mastery Rank of 20, you are still in the new stage of the game. Don't even think about content until you've done that. I don't care how many characters you built or what you've built up. First, Mastery Rank 20. How you do it, up to you. Whether you choose to level up weapons, descendants, whatever, get to Mastery Rank 20. You must always be Mastery Rank 20 before anything else in the game. Alright? The minimum requirement is 18, and I'll tell you, don't follow that minimum requirement. Get to Mastery Rank 20, trust me in this, and then you'll have a pleasant time in the game, okay? I promise you, if you do that, everything in the game will be a lot smoother. After that, you'll be able to unlock everything with no difficulty, and you'll have a much easier time. As always, you can choose to follow my advice or not follow my advice. That goes for everybody, but what I tell you guys is just listen and just do what I tell you. You do what I tell you, you'll have the easiest time in the game. You don't, can't help you beyond that. No. Just level, the fastest way is level a character to 40 for the first time, level a weapon to 40 for the first time. The extra XP you get from missions is not really all that much. Besides, you will have completed one of every normal mission already on your way to hard mode. After that, if you're not even in hard mode, you shouldn't even be thinking about void erosion. No. First focus on getting your hard mode, get all that stuff done and all that kind of stuff.
Shield is down.
But yeah, just do weapons and descendants. Assassinu,
Damn it. Watch your feet.
there's a lot of advantages to it, but the main advantage is, number one, you will never be locked out of future content. And number two, when you catalyze the Descendant, it will automatically be at mod power 50, so you don't have to worry about it. Therefore, you don't have to level up to get your last bit of mod capacity, which can be very annoying when you're working on builds. So that's the major advantage. That's why I tell people, make your game easier.
Ah, my shield.
You don't want to have to feel like you... I mean, you are going to re-level your character all the way to 40 anyway, but if you have to do that to get max mod capacity each time, that slows down your leveling process. That also slows down what mods you could put in your character, etc., etc., so on and so forth.
Damn it.
No problem, Brent.
I am probably gonna get bit by Puka.
Well, kill it with all your power, Truffles. Kill it with all your power.
This is a world. It's so much harder to play Great Soldier. I mean, frankly, the older ones are harder than Pro.
Yeah, I know.
Melt away.
And that's why you should just put it down and go play Wilds.
I will just prepare in the defense that they will add Narga Digger.
That's why I tell you guys, just follow my methodology. You don't have to think for yourself. You can if you want to, but you're going to come to the same conclusions I do, and it's going to take you longer. Don't waste time. Time is the most valuable thing you own on this planet, and you can never get it back. That's why I always save people time.
Shield is down.
I've always mentioned it, and I'll say it as many times as it takes, but people can choose to trust me, don't trust me, I don't really care, but at the end of the day, don't ever waste time. If you do what I say, you won't waste time. You don't do what I say, well, your choice. But eventually, you'll discover the correct way, and it'll be exactly what I said anyway. And Lord Rain, there's no need to even worry about the toxic set on her. All you need to do is just follow what I do. It's always optimized. I always optimize for player comfort. And that's what I do every single time. Every single weapon set has already been tested, tried, everything. Oh, don't engage with those people, Brent. Just ignore them. They just get removed from stream straight away. The second you engage with them, or you feel like you have to defend yourself against them, or try and talk back to them, then they've won. That's what they want. That's what they're trying for. They need us to lose. That's why I don't lose. Of course, Lord Rain, there are many sets that are such a waste because they're never used. But again, this is because you haven't watched the video on power multipliers. If you watch that video, you realize why a lot of people go for other things. Because there's no point. You're only going to get a minimal extra bit of power for a big sacrifice usually, in terms of defensive capabilities, survival, all that jazz. Again, that's when it boils down to it. That's why people don't use stuff. Okay, so that was Freyna and a 400%. Now, I'm just going to show off Sigma Sector. May as well. Alright, then I'll go back to my farms. Freyna works in any kind of farming content. As long as there's even like one group of creatures around, you'll probably win. Yes, indeed, Brent. As long as you're using my build, no problem. Although I know there's some people out there that use a couple of bootleg builds that are not mine. They look like mine, but they're not mine. That's why nowadays I just show the building live on stream, and then finally I publish my video on it.
Descendant, we've confirmed a
I have the
large-scale
auto dismantle on.
transfer. Attack their deployment point.
The things that are not auto dismantled are things that I want to look at. Sometimes they've got great stats, but I will just leave it be. Because you never know when I might need a set. And it's not like I can say turn on the auto dismantle only for this one particular set. So sometimes I don't need a set, but I'll still get it there. And I'm not resetting my filters every single time. So I've got my filters set up perfectly so that I can always get the best drops. Or it will always reserve what could potentially be a best drop for me. Alright? Or something that might be good enough for a new set whereby getting the double gold rolls is quite impossible. A lot of people put only double gold rolls in there, but I tell you, you're going to get pretty frustrated with that. Sometimes you got to use a purple roll, because some purple rolls are very close to gold rolls. So I have auto dismantle on. There's nobody that's stupid enough not to have auto dismantle on, but a pro player will always know what to filter manually and what to not filter manually, because you got to be able to eyeball some great stuff, otherwise you're going to miss out. You choose not to do that, it's fine, but you'll be missing out, and it might take longer to get the stuff you need. I like to have a wider range and a wider selection. But I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my filter guide. So if you follow my filter guide, you'll probably have something similar to what I have set up. Of course, you can set up your own way, but what I do is the most efficient.
Damn it. Reload.
Especially when you are searching for a good set. No, that's not the case. Or at least that's my experience. No, not really. But you can just turn off the dog and turn it on again. It's very simple. So it takes less than a second. Of course, Brent, I always have the best advice for players. That's why those that follow me and have followed me since launch, most of them are still the ones playing the game.
Ah, my shield. Damn it. Loading. Ah, my shield.
That's good. At least you found my channel now. Better late than never. I'm mostly on YouTube, so I hope you've been keeping up with the guides there.
Shield is
TikTok, I stream occasionally.
down. This is your grave.
It's a side platform for me. You'll find most of us on YouTube.
Ah, my shield.
Yep.
Mission complete. Transport inbound.
There you
See
go.
you soon.
That's Frainer like there. I mean, up to you, Brent. But in that case, if you like to fumble in the dark, you shouldn't even be watching the stream. I don't believe anybody enjoys that, truly. I believe that for most people, it's just that they haven't found a creator that they need. Because once you do, it's so much easier. It's a shortcut. I'm a creator. You play long enough, you figure out how stuff works. That and mathematical testing, of course. But again, that's what I usually believe, you see. I mean, if you want to fumble in the dark, you can.
New super chat
But
received.
I'm going to say it's probably going to be reinventing the wheel. Because I'll say it straight, most creators are a lot faster than the average person at fumbling. Okay. 1:51 p.m. Still got time. Wow, all these sets of Garbo. Saridza, what I will say is that my honest advice to you is at least try to find one that has electric singular. Why? Because if you're going to upgrade it, although I understand the principle that Blue Sonora is trying to say, I actually don't agree with that at all. I'll usually say that if you want to use one that's just good enough, you're not going to have a fun time. It's way better to get one that's proper. So even if it's both purple rolls, go get electric singular at least, and then upgrade that to level 5. You'll have a much easier time than if you take something like duration and electric, one of which is not really helpful to Bunny, because she doesn't really need duration on her reactor. Sure, Brent. But like I said, if you want to go the true no spoiler path, probably best not to watch streams at all then. Saif, if you're new to the game, there's no such thing as best descendant of farm. There's many descendants that you can use. Go watch the Ultimate FTP Survival Guide on my channel. Here's a playlist of all my videos. Go get yourself Ultimate Bunny. After that, you can farm whatever you want. All the videos are available on my channel. Thank you to Sir Tommy and Lewis. I appreciate you both for the super chats. Very, very kind of you. Thanks for supporting the music, man. All right. So, Saif, I hope that helps you. But please don't think that you just farm this one thing and you're going to be great. Because if you don't even follow the proper steps, you won't even get to the stage where you can farm. So first and foremost, go look at my Ultimate FTP Survival Guide. It's in my playlist of videos. Study my playlist of videos. And also, go and farm Ultimate Bunny. Once you have Ultimate Bunny and at least Enzo for opening up vaults, you can farm whichever other character you want. That being said, after that, you can decide based on the builds that I've done, which character you want to play. I would really recommend following those builds. If you don't, you're going to have a tougher time. It's your choice at the end of the day, but that's what I would do. And last but not least, thank you again to Lewis and Sir Tommy. For anyone that wants to support my music, I'm posting a link in chat. Hit that, subscribe to my music channel. We release more music almost daily nowadays. All right, let's carry on. Let me see. Might do some Void Erosion Purge. Yeah, no, unsuitable for my style. Let's go mess around for a bit. I'm doing good, Black Fang. Now go to bed. It's healthier for you.
I love missing my true torch slash.
I forgot my inversion reinforcer. Thanks, buddy. Almost forgot.
Nice.
New super chat received.
Thanks, Lana. I won't be doing any raps for a while, but I hope you will continue to enjoy my current music. Maybe in future when I've got more time, I'll
New
get back to
subscriber
rapping.
detected.
But for now, unfortunately, I want to be able to balance my streaming and music, so the AI stuff is a lot faster for me to produce. That's why I'm going to
New
focus on
subscriber
that.
detected.
So I hope you'll keep enjoying it. Thank you very much for the super chat, and thank you to our new subscribers as well. Welcome. Yes, very good to have some neighbors enjoy my stream.
Oh. I didn't know that was cool.
Oh no. My shield faltered.
No.
We can do it. My shield.
Oh.
I'm glad you're using it in Purge. That's what you should do. It's not the fastest or the best, but it works.
Oh no.
Very comfortable to play.
I need to reload. My shield has been damaged.
That's usually the best part. It's so comfortable and easy to play. It does work great with Gley as well, but for Gley, right, if you're genuinely going to use Gley, you should go for a triple fire rate on the Malevolent. If you go for triple fire rate and all your green cores are fire rate, it goes crazy. But I just prefer to use it with Serena for now. That's the only reason I didn't go that route.
Reloading.
Because I knew how well it worked. I was just like, do I really want to? You know, I thought about it a lot. But then in the end, I decided, yeah, probably not. Because I do kind of want to use it with Serena. And Serena is kind of the champ right now. For now, anyway. So because of that, I was like, okay, let's build her for Serena. What happened to you, Truff?
Hunger Cougar right away, ah! He's agitated.
And the monster's not agitated. Yeah, because I'm only using one fire rate core. Mine hits harder, but yeah, uses less ammo. Like I said, for me, it's a very comfortable playstyle.
My shield.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. I know a lot of people feel strongly about AI stuff, but I promise you, mine's the good stuff. Mine's the real deal. So thank you very much to those of you who enjoy my sounds and my music. The double fire rate is so much better for the bosses, though. Like, I gotta admit, it's way, way better for the bosses. Like, this is so slow. It's more comfortable for the other sections, but yeah.
The light.
That being said, once I get enough green cores, I also want to try the, I genuinely do want to try the double fire rate. I think it will work so much better.
My shield faltered.
Because the boss room is where I'm losing the most time. So, it is annoying. I could probably bring this down to like 3 minutes 20 or something like that. But, them's the breaks. That's why I farm a little bit every day. And XO Reach, welcome to the game. Hope you enjoy it. It's a good game.
I'm a dingus. I should have just rolled out the way.
We can do it.
Oh no. I don't like to swap to Albion at the boss. Mostly because I find it so clunky. I do not like the Albion at all. I've tried it.
My shield has been damaged.
Not my jam. No matter how good the Albion is, it's just not good enough for me.
My shield falters.
The level alone is fine. But, like I said, my biggest hurdle would just be the green core. If I can get a good one, I'm satisfied. Might take a while, but once I build up my stockpile again, because I do have the green cores now, I just want to build up my stockpile again before I spend. So it's like I said, this is good enough for me. I'm not in a super rush. But I think the thing that feels best is being able to do this entirely solo. I used to have to rely a little bit on teammates still, you know, for the fastest clear times. Because Gley solo was not that great prior to Malevolent.
My shield falters.
Now that's a lot greater, I'm just like, yes, this is the way.
My shield has been damaged. My shield falters. My shield. Oh no. My shield has been damaged.
Not really.
Hours of Worlds than on World? How?
Because you play a lot more wilds with me.
Shield falters.
And Haley is fine. Haley doesn't take long to farm at all. At most, 6 days, usually, especially with the target farming system that exists. It's hard for it to take longer than that. But it also depends to an extent on what you do. Like, you can actually farm her faster if you're willing to do some of the infiltration operations that have her stuff. If you're willing to do some of those, then she usually comes to you a lot quicker. Choice is yours at the end of the day. Oh no! I died it.
I will not allow you. My shield has been damaged. My shield.
The targeting system is a big addition. Lol, Carlos. Imagine swiping on characters. No. Swipe for skins, never characters. Because farming is so easy in this game. If it was tough, then sure, but it's too easy, man. It's too easy. And it's getting easier every time.
Sand pepper?
Yes, some nice food.
I have never seen that, surprisingly.
Isn't it in Wilds?
So I went back to Worlds. Every Worlds.
Oh. Lol. 1 second.
Face the flames.
Oh, good, Carlos. And hey, if you don't miss the money, then you gotta send some of that my way, alright? Why you can't hear the descendant voice in the game? Check your sound settings, man. Because that does not sound like a game issue. That sounds like a, forgive me for saying, Nadia Manu. That sounds like a you problem. So, you have to check your sound settings, dude. If you can't hear the descendant voice, adjust your sound settings.
Into the light.
Okay, back at it.
On you. My shield. Do not fall. My shield has been damaged. Let me go. I'm up. My shield. Let me go. My shield faltered. Face the flames. Let me go. Oh no.
Oh, cool. Still works.
My shield faltered. My shield.
I forgot that was a valid combo. Great sword.
And thus, you have returned home to where it's proper.
Oh no.
Honestly, can't live without the aiming system. It's so good.
My shield.
Like, I still
I
remember
can.
the old ones
But
where you
like,
couldn't.
I'm still okay with it. It's just with the great sword.
Listen,
I'm
there's nothing okay about it.
no, it's okay.
No.
It's just positioning. I just miss
No.
more a tad bit more true touch slashes. Just a bit.
Never okay, man. It's never okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna go back to World. I just needed to go into Rise just so I can feel a bit of the offset.
Lol.
I mean Rise, I just said Rise, I mean Worlds.
All I know is weakness, bro. Weakness. Extreme weakness.
Or should I? I'm gonna go Rise. I mean, It's only in WoWs that I got better at Great Sword so I could like aim.
My shield.
But Charge Blade still works fine. Just Charge Blade in Rise, World, WoW.
We will not fail. My shield faltered. My shield has been damaged.
Oh, so I'm surprised that you forgot that today's a public holiday.
I don't keep track of holidays. Every day's the same to me.
Oh, true, yeah.
That's why.
So we're
That's
working
why
from home,
I.
essentially.
Yeah. I work every day, so
Yeah, you're
Does-
working from home.
doesn't really make a difference to me, man. Now, I usually rely on you nerds to tell me when there's a holiday or something. We're like, oh, there's a holiday today. Cool. My job is round the clock for now. If I ever get famous, then maybe it won't be around the clock, but for now it's like eh. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. Don't mind it. I enjoy it.
Oh my god.
But oh my god, this thing didn't die.
Just a little art.
And you're looking at suspicious art.
No, it's a funny art. It's people preferring Mizu over Urduna.
That's because Mizu is probably less annoying than Ufduna, hopefully.
No. No. None at all. If anything, Urduna is going to be much more of an annoyance because bubbles. I forgot how to play Water Rise.
Rise.
My shield.
Rise or World?
Rise. I went back to Rise for a moment.
Oh no.
Since when did you ever play Rise? I thought it was just World and Wilds.
I played Rise just because
Into the light.
I wanted to get like the Switch. But yeah, I'm not
My shield has been damaged. My shield faltered.
Camera controls, cameras.
My shield has been damaged.
Camera style.
I love how lazily I can do this now. It used to be that back with Gley, like, if you want to do this fast,
On the move.
you used to have to play Last Dagger and actually concentrate a bit. Now it's just like, eh, whatever. You can just Serena your way through it.
Let me go.
Oh. Wait a minute, I need to change my build. I'm going to be using the Great Sword now. Instead of touch.
My shield. We can do it. My shield faltered.
Why am I doing my item polish? Why would I need that in my item polish?
Because you're an item man.
Make no sense though.
Okay, again.
What the fuck is this button instead? I manage equipment, change equipment.
Need more green cores. Once I have enough, I can finally test fire rate.
Rough. Oh, right. Oh shit, I should. Magnum Mallow. I don't want to find a Magnum Mallow yet. Please.
Into the light.
Let me prep my great sword. Smith.
My shield has been damaged. Oh no.
I know I built this to be lazy, but I swear sometimes I get too lazy. Because when I know I shouldn't bother with reloading, because there's literally no point. When I can just press a button, have it done for me, but sometimes I swear it's like a natural instinct to just watch the bar increase for no reason. Like now.
My shield faltered.
It's like appealing to some sad primal instinct inside to watch a bar progress. Yes and no. If anything is limited for a time period, then they will be limited in terms of when you can purchase them. What they meant about not being limited is that, for example, let's say like the office skin, it's called a universal skin because it will apply to all descendants of that gender that are currently released. The problem is that some of the older skins like Twisted Worship and all those awesome skins, they're for female descendants, but they won't work on the new descendants, and I don't know why they do that. I feel that they should retroactively grant those to new descendants. It's because it's not really very fair. It's not like their body shapes or types are very, very different. So that is what they meant by skins won't be limited. It's not that you can get them whenever you want. It's that they won't be limited to a particular descendant. Any skin that is time limited will always be available only for that period. Bless you, Truck. So it'll only be available for whenever it's out in the store, and then after that it's gone. So I can go through it with you after this, what's the difference, but just give me a second, because I'm, you know, obviously murdering stuff right now.
Farewell.
No reruns because it's against the law. See, I believe that after several high-profile cases in Korea with several game companies, including Nexon, future developments by those same game companies or any game company is all very legal. Yet they have to be within their law. And as far as I know, under Korean law, if something is offered as a limited product, limited being in the keyword is the digital product or physical product, it cannot be offered again. Because basically, the idea of something that's a limited run means that it's only available for that particular period of time, and they cannot offer the exact same product again. Or else what they're doing is essentially watering down the value of whatever a person got during that limited event. So it comes back in rotation, you're lowering the value of what a person spent on during that time, meaning that whatever price you charge would then have to be discounted, and essentially you should be giving refunds because you lied on your contract. So in order to prevent that kind of shenanigans, things don't come back usually. Hey Jimbo. So if you see a time limit on a skin, it's only available for that period of time, and that's it. One example obviously is the evolution skins, but there are several others.
Oh my god.
So if we take a look at the shop,
The
right?
secret is so much more maneuverable than this dog.
Anything that has like 73 days or whatever, or if it just shows a time limit like 24 days, it won't be available again. Now, if there's no time limit shown now, unfortunately for some of these, I can't see the time limit because I already own them. But if it's got a time limit on it, you won't be getting it again. Plain and simple. So like these, they disappear in 73 days. The Ultimate Descendant bundles, I own them all already. These won't disappear though. So since these won't disappear, you can get them anytime. But if it says that it's going to disappear, then yep, it'll be gone. It's why I'm somehow tempted to get this doggo bundle. Okay, you know what? I'll get the doggo bundle. Here you go. Just a skin for the nice little Labrador. Because he deserves a skin too. Let's give him his little aquatic diver skin. There he goes. Look at him. Look at him with his little aquatic diver skin.
Okay.
No, they can have a Serena bikini skin because it hasn't been released ever. But the other characters, if it runs out, won't be coming back. That's just how it is.
Ooh. The big tank to the
As far as I know, Serena has not had that skin show up, so she's new. So she doesn't have any skins.
I'm not understanding this.
Probably not rough. Probably not.
Oh, special human child.
I
What
don't
do you
know.
need?
You know
I feel like I
nothing,
am
Jon
not
Snow.
understanding something.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
This makes no sense. How am I? How am I?
You are the whiff
Oh.
master.
Humanity is very weak.
Oh.
That's why humans
Okay,
need us so
okay.
desperately.
Trying to get used to the buttons on. No mounting? Nope.
Okay, back at it I go. Let's go rip and tear a few more. I don't like to do the same activity continuously, but I'm going to at least get a little bit done. So I can make some progress, and then maybe later on I'll slap in some green cores. Maybe.
No, too early. Okay, everybody.
We can do it. My shield falters.
Oh, too early.
Face. My shield.
Damn, I just did something cool.
Congratulations on your cool thing.
My shield has been damaged.
Well, Lewis, I think we're all hoping for cool skins for Serena. I do hope so too.
Oh no.
But I hope that they also focus on actual content. Because as it is, right,
My shield.
I think a lot of people are already feeling the skin pinch. When you release too many skins, like even if it's the main way of paying the cost for your game, I could kind of already see the shift in the last round. Like other than the people that like really want to support the game or who have the means to do so already, not a lot of people were interested in the office skins. And in the past, like usually when a skin dropped, you'd see like pretty much everybody and their grandmother running around in it. Now it's like a skin drop comes, but people are actually weighing up whether or not to buy. And I don't blame them because I kind of feel the same. It's hard to justify the expense. You can try it if you want, Carlos. Honest to God, you can try it, but if you're gonna try and mob with Haley, you may as well take Serena's build and just play the Malevolent. Like, I'll be real with you about that. That's probably the fastest way to mob with Haley. That is not to actually use her skills, but just to spam this.
My shield.
Woohoo!
Oh no.
Damn.
But if you ask me, I would probably just throw on the Albion cavalry gun instead.
Oh no.
I roughly understand.
Enjoy your rough understanding.
On the move.
Oh
I need to reload.
my lord. How many times am I gonna get pinned?
A lot.
I let go. My shield falters. It appears I am in danger.
Also, one teeny tiny problem about those old videos and things like that is that a lot of them were very untruthful about the actual time taken to kill stuff. When you actually compare it to what we have now, you might actually end up too slow. A lot of them also very curated runs. Like, they will do several runs, take the best and show you a clip of that. Most of them won't do it like my video where I just go in straight away and just show you the real picture. So yeah.
Oh, that is not a parry. Ah, I didn't know. I thought that was a parry. Oh, help.
For me, I never mob with Haley. The only, I mean, I'll be forced to technically to up her arcade tuning, but the more that I look at it, the more I'm like, this is such a waste. I do not want to do this. So I will probably like slowly level it with the dailies, but other than that, eh. You can. I'm just gonna warn you right now that it's gonna suck ass, but you can. It was a weapon that was meant for her, but there's a reason why nobody ever uses it. Because it's that garbo.
My shield.
Oh.
So far, Serena and Gley. I've not gone beyond those because there was no reason to. I'm working on Bunny and Freyna because they're like the farmers that people need. After that, I'll slowly work on whoever else is left over. Oh. Ah, crap. I did the wrong thing. I did that on the ground. I should never have done that. That was very, very silly of me. Using that on the ground, what was I thinking? But yeah, that's where I'm at, higher up.
Well, that
My
was
shield.
stupid.
My shield has been damaged.
Yep, stupidity happens. That's how it is, Truff.
My shield falters. My shield has been damaged.
If I had to pick, I probably wouldn't pick Sharon because
I am loaded.
Sharon has been a big disappointment to me. I know she's supposed to be the cool stealth assassin, but Serena's a better and tankier assassin than she is. so what gives, you know? That's how I feel about it.
We can do it.
I feel like instead of an assassin, we just got the sin part. That's about it.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's fine, Carlos. Nothing wrong with playing the game the way you want.
Shield faulted.
For me, as long as people don't try and claim that something is awesome, something is good, something is the best, as long as they truthfully tell people that yes, it's going to be slower, it's going to suck, but I like it, then it's fine. The only problem I ever had in the past was people were used to lie to other folks and say like, oh yeah, no, this character is great for mobbing. I use it for mobbing. Then you ask them a genuine question. You ask them, so how long do you take? Oh, it takes me like 6 minutes. And like other characters are clearing it in 3. So as long as people don't lie about what a character can do and they understand that they're just doing it for fun, then that's fine. You know, I'm never against it. I, in fact, encourage people because at the end of the day, you want to play something, you can play whatever you want. You know, you can do things the way you want. It's your choice. It's your game. As long as you don't tell people that it's useful or, you know, good or anything. They might, but at the end of the day, Piyush, I will only talk facts, so I'm not even going to discuss the potential of a Serena nerf. And we shouldn't either. Because you know how people feel about that, and there's no point spoiling the mood.
My shield.
So keep such thoughts to yourself, do not discuss them here. And if you want to discuss them here, then well, you know what's gonna happen. Aw, crap. Triggered it on the ground again. That's a shame.
My shield faltered.
Serena's not a seasonal buff, no.
My shield.
If you've investigated her abilities, none of them are tied to the season. Except for the RK one, the multi-hit one, but even that only affects the Ancient Knight. So it's not even a problem.
I will not allow.
Her baseline skill kit is good enough, so yeah, she should be fine. And the devs have never, ever, I want to be clear about that because fair is fair. The devs have never done a seasonal thing. Alright? Ines was strong last season, she's still strong this season. That being said, we all know that the Ines nerf is on the table. They've discussed it already. Let's see whether they implement it. They might walk it back, but we don't know. But again, the main point is we don't know what they're going to change, so let's wait and see. And more importantly, the devs are very transparent about things, and none of the Descendants that ever came out have been a seasonal thing. Well, it should, because you should also have trust in me, right, Hiram? Have you ever seen me mention anything like that? This is the thing. Never worry about something that I don't talk about. If I didn't mention it, why are you worrying about it? Why are you thinking about it? You know what I mean? There's no point. People like to overthink, overcomplicate. Why? Games are supposed to be fun. I mean, I'm a proponent of somebody that feels games should be challenging, but the main reason we play is to have fun, right? So I don't see why anyone, even in the slightest, would think about such things. It's nothing to do with being a pessimist or not. It's to do with your source of information. Have I ever mentioned something like that? I don't think I have. So if you trust your source of information, you put your trust in your creator or whatever, you don't need to think outside the box. You're wasting brain power and wasting time.
My shield faltered.
Well, oh, that's not this hill.
I don't know what they'll bring, but it'll always be my hope that they don't overcomplicate the system too much. Because the more complex the system gets, the more problematic it is for the people.
My shield.
I hope that they will consider that. As much as I like having many systems of power, when you have too many systems of power, people are going to flip the table. I mean, as it is, to make detailed guide videos is already getting longer and longer. So I have to admit, I hope that they know what they're doing. I think what people would rather see is, rather than extra systems, whether even if it's to increase power, extra systems are not the way to go. We should be focusing on content right now. Oh, good arcane. If we focus on content, I think that that is the more important and better thing. Because we already have several new systems that people have just gotten. Arcade tuning and whatnot. If they are going to do anything, any other kind of system, they should focus on making boards for arcade tuning. Or improving that particular system, because as far as I know, their arcade tuning system looks like a Paragon board. That should be what they flesh out if they're going to do anything with it. That way it's not a whole new system, it's just an upgrade of the current system. People are more likely to be receptive to that.
Do not fall.
At least in my opinion.
My shield.
Of course, I could always be completely wrong on that. But I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is, and I'm willing to bet that that's what people want too.
Let my guard.
Yeah, but here's the problem. If Serena is normalized for the Heart of Void content, and we need Serena for Heart of Void content, where does that leave all the other descendants? Like, most of our roster is unused, Carlos. We can't think in that way. Because just like you're a Haley main, and you will use Haley even if it's slow and lame, other people want to use other characters even if it is slow and lame. So they can't have power creep, because once you have power creep, people are not going to stick around. Some people will play for a while, but they won't stick around long term, and that's, I think, a big problem that this game is having. If you're not paying attention to the boards, you're not getting the best out of your character higher up, so of course everyone pays attention to the boards. If you're not configuring this correctly, you are losing a hell of a lot of power, mate. So if you don't pay attention to the boards, what are you doing? Unless you're talking about leaderboards, in which case you have to be very specific. If you're talking about leaderboards, then no, nobody cares about that. I mean, some people do. Yeah, so be very specific higher up when you say something, because there's several boards. There's arcade tuning board, right? There's leaderboards. You got to be specific what you mean. So if you're talking leaderboards, and use the correct term, as always, please do, so that I can answer your question specifically. No, nobody cares about that. How does the gun core work? Go to my YouTube channel. There's a video on it that explains weapon cores. You might want to check that out. It gives you a basic tutorial of it and helps you understand how they work. But basically, it's just stat rolls. Just go to my YouTube channel, watch that. Once you learn how to roll them, put the biggest core in the gun, see what stat roll you get. Gold roll, good. Blue roll, not so good. You know, very straightforward system. Nothing complex. But if you need a quick tutorial, I have one on my YouTube channel. And if anyone wants the reasoning for why nobody cares about the speedrunning board, is here's the thing. We can't audit those boards. In the past, when they said the leaderboards were coming in, they promised that we would be able to have a look at the board and see the builds. Alright? But that was never delivered. And even though they said that the leaderboards were bugged and were supposed to show the builds, to this very day, I don't think they've actually done that. I don't think they're showing anything of that, which is no good.
Face the blade. My shield falters. My shield.
And therein lies the problem, Carlos. All the other characters are already completely gimped on this, so it just feels weird, because all you're basically forcing is that, hey, and if they make the levels even worse than what we have, essentially you're telling people, hey, you don't play Serena? Well, tough luck. Okay, no game for you. Like, that I don't think is where they want to be. Everything is on my YouTube, mate. Unless I'm testing something new, I always post and share what I've got. Everything you need is on my YouTube channel. And usually you'll know when I'm testing something because I'll say to anyone that asks, yeah, we're testing right now. And you'll be able to see all the testings on my live stream. So if you want the best information, don't miss a stream. Everybody's got a personal choice on that. You don't have to follow what I say, but I would suggest not missing a stream. Aren't you supposed to be a pessimist, higher up? What do you mean you got high expectations? You can't be a pessimist and have high expectations, bro. No. You should be saying, as a pessimist, that the game is gonna die in the next 5 seconds, bro. That's what I expect of you, man. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't particularly have like super high hopes. Not within the next few seasons anyway. I still feel that they're building their identity because they don't seem to have a true direction for the game yet. Feels like they're just trying a lot of stuff, which is okay. I'm happy to wait it out.
I killed with the echo.
Good job, man. Yeah, fair enough, higher up. You're right about that, Carlos. It's just that, like, I mean, for the average person, they've got limited playtime, so I think that the biggest issue is that they don't want to be spending so long every run. Like, it might be cool to do it, but I think, yeah, the average person probably doesn't want to spend that, so they'll usually just go for the best that they can find. Usually, anyway. Yeah, go for it. Nothing wrong with that. I'm so bored of Sigma Sector, so, yep. And Rack, no. If you want to play with me, plain and simple, you have to be my top supporter. If you're not my top supporter, then unfortunately I will never invite you in. That's how we do it. And if anyone wants to know why we do it that way, I'm a professional creator. If I don't know you well, and if you haven't shown that you are literally my #1 supporter, very hard for me to invite you along for stuff. For example, Truffles. You know why he gets to be here? Because he was literally with me when I started my YouTube channel 3 years ago. He's been here ever since. So that's the usual standard that I use. If somebody comes in for the first time, I just tell them honestly that no, you'll never be able to join me unless you show that you're my top supporter. So either become my top supporter or I have to refuse. Because with all due respect, I do not know most of you, and most of you do not know me. So unless you're down to really throw down with my career and what I do on YouTube, it's very hard for me to invite people along.
I can't believe I am using the great sword without knowing what are the special abilities.
Well, enjoy, brother. Enjoy. Thanks for the rose, Rack.
Realize.
But just so you know, I just want to be honest and straightforward with you. I don't only stream on TikTok, so if you want to be a top supporter, that's hundreds of dollars a month, actually. And that's on YouTube. Or you can get a top tier membership. Choice is yours. But I would say only do that if you really like my content, like you want to hang out with us every day. Otherwise, it's pretty difficult to get a spot like that.
Do not fall.
Rooney, Gley doesn't need that. So if you use the proper build, Gley is completely fine. Proper build, proper abilities, right? Gley literally never dies. Even if her abilities so-called harm herself. Now, she's not going to get the very best time. Okay? At least not solo. But, quite frankly, Gley can do a lot. Serena is just a lot faster because, well, she does way more damage than Gley. However, once again, I do have to say that Gley, she can do a lot. And you genuinely don't need to worry too much about her. I can demonstrate if you'd like. Like I said, Serena will get through this a lot faster, but Gley can do the same. And unfortunately, Gley is already known as one of the strongest. If we buff her anymore, she's going to be way too strong, and that's going to be a problem. Most people that cannot wrap their heads around Gley's play will find her weak, but once you learn the methodology of Gley, it's so easy to play her. Because she is quite a god, honestly. She just absolutely wipes the floor with most other descendants. Thanks for following. Appreciate that. Always nice to get new followers on TikTok. Well, yes. Now Serena is like a slightly better version. But you're right. Gley has always been the ultimate boss melter. Because Gley, like Serena, is very dependent on her gun, but Serena has additional powers on top of that, which is what makes her so badass. So Gley can sort of do the same thing, but not quite on the same level, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me demonstrate.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but the micromanagement's easy. So I don't think she's gonna get a buff, dude. You are a sick man, Carlos. But that's fine. We all have our tastes. I mean, you all know me. You all know how much I love Gley's suffering. Because she deserves it. If she's not suffering, then I'm just not satisfied. Okay. Arcade tuning. I'm gonna go with crit. It's not gonna be as helpful to this, but that's completely fine. Okay, we're ready to go. So Gley, like I said, much slower than Serena, but she can pull off some serious shenanigans. Oh, wait. Ah, crap. Wrong inversion reinforcer. I forgot. One thing needs to change. No! Ah, well. It is what it is. I'm just not going to think too hard about it.
Yep.
Just have to deal, I guess.
Man, stop running.
For Gley, you will definitely need more fire rate cores. Because that's the only way you're going to get the DPS of this up. But limitless ammo is pretty awesome. Especially if you like to hear the buzzsaw go and make all these guys weak. Plus, she can act as a stunner too. Because with Gley's unlimited ammo, you don't ever have to reload, right? No need to worry, no need to think. Thanks to that. But as you can see, Serena's ability does a lot more. Serena's ability makes a lot of stuff pretty crazy. Oh, listen, if there were more fire rate modules, they would go on every single gun. And it would make things pretty crazy. Well, listen, your DPS will always be good because Gley is based on her gun. And since this gun was already designed for Serena, we're alright. However, like I said, one more fire rate core would benefit Gley a lot. Because it's quite important for her. Less so for Serena, but I do want to try things out. Like I said, I'm always willing to try things. Test things, learn things. I'm a learner. By nature. And that's why a lot of people think you have to worry about the HP management, but you actually don't. Once you know how to run Gley, HP's not a problem.
Oh, what?
And when Gley has something to deal with the AoE, that's where she gets real fun. That's the biggest thing a lot of people forget about Gley. For Gley, her main struggle here was always AoE. And Restored Relic used to be the choice, but when I had to build Restored Relic specifically for this, it just didn't feel good. I didn't want to do that. But if you want to go fast now, you got the Malevolent, which you can also build for Serena. By Jove, it works well. And thanks to the Hagio Sheepdog now healing you, and your own HP collectors, things like that, Gley can just take it easy. Like, she will just constantly get healing. It does affect her Annihilation set damage, unfortunately, a little bit. But it's not too big of a problem.
I smell death.
Most of the time, at least, it shouldn't be an issue. Most of the time. Just get point blank in their faces and start blasting. Estimate where their head is. And just start shooting. This is the Malevolent, dude. Same build that I used for Serena. I just slapped it on Gley. If you've seen my Gley and Last Dagger build, it's the same build, man. No difference. I will update Gley's build soon so that everybody can enjoy it, but yeah. No difference, man. Exact same build I was running with the Last Dagger.
All my senses.
How do you buy more Descendant slots? You don't see the option in the main menu. That's because it's not in the main menu. If you go to the Descendant menu, it's there. I can take a moment to show you. Go to the Descendant page.
Oh,
Do you see here?
daughter.
Purchase slot. It's right there.
Hold on a little longer.
Okay, you can see that, right? That's where you buy it. Just make sure you do me a favor, Mr. Pinumbra. Before you buy anything in this game, could you register me as your creator? I'd be very grateful for the help. Alright, the more supporters I have, the better. I don't care how much you spend, even if it's only $1, but if you could click this link and become my supporter, I'd be very grateful. Alright. Dude, Restored Relic, you can just turn off the explosions, man. Anyone who thinks the Restored Relic is blinding, like, dude, do you not know how to turn off explosions? Like, no shade. If you really don't, tell me. But everybody should know how to turn off the explosions. You're welcome, Pinumbra. We're here to help. You know how to turn off explosions, right, Ronan? Don't say that you don't. Because if you don't, I'm going to start questioning a lot of things. Is there anyone in chat right now that does not know how to turn off explosions? Because you should all know this by now. I literally produced tutorials day one. Seriously, if there's anyone that doesn't know how to turn off skill effects, numbers, all that kind of stuff, raise your hand now. Because I'll do a tutorial live. It's very, very fast and quick. But everybody should know this.
All my senses.
You don't need to check. The Gley build's already dropped, dude. Look for Gley and Last Dagger build for all content. You should always have that build with you, because that is literally Gley's best build. So if you don't have that build, go build that first. The update will not cover like a full build video. It's just going to update all the stuff with RK tuning. That's it. Alright, so please, if you haven't already, go and check out my Gley and Last Dagger build. Alright, it's very important that you do. It'll be a big help to you. Okay, since no one raised their hands, I'm assuming all of you know how to turn off explosions. Alright? It's very important that you do. Genuinely, if anyone does not know how, ask now. I can do a quick tutorial. Okay? In fact, tell you what, I'll just do the quick tutorial anyway. It's just faster. Alright. Options. Display. There. Show explosion effect. Hide all targets. You're good to go. Everyone should turn this on. It saves your eyes and also saves your frames because you're not going to see a lot of explosion effects. If you want to see everything that, make it look cool, you can show only yourself. This only shows your explosions if you want to make your skills look cool. Alright? But otherwise, hide all target. Better frame rates. Next. If anyone doesn't know this, go to gameplay. Damage display on screen. Turn this off. When your damage numbers are off, alright, and details are off as well, it gives you the best frame rates because you're not seeing numbers fly on screen. I keep the numbers on because it doesn't really matter for me, but this can help your frame rates if you're struggling, okay? So please be aware of these two options. It's a very quick tutorial, but everybody should know this. If you don't know this, then ask, pipe up now, because I've taught this multiple times before, alright? These are crucial settings. Okay, so anyway, yeah, that's a Gley run. The only thing that I'm going to do different is that I'm going to put fire rate in that first slot. I'm not really eager to do it just yet, but I'm going to check how many green cores I have and see whether or not I can slam some extra fire rate into the Malevolent just for fun. See what kind of timings I get, Very interested in that. Because fire rate benefits Gley more than Serena.
You already look fine.
But I'm always curious.
I'm gonna make you look finer.
I'm a curious George. 62 cores. How many can I make right now? Another 15. Easy. Grab one of these too. And grab one of these. Okay. Alright, let's try and see what'll happen. Anything less than a gold roll, I'm not gonna take it. Gold roll straight away. Okay. 1 core. It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Just keep that in mind. That I designed this build to help you through the game. Arcane, you're muted, by the way. Just in case.
Hello.
You.
Hello indeed.
Ruckus, check your Discord.
Alrighty.
That fire rate.
Yep. It's causing lag, which is hilarious.
It's hilarious.
But I kind of expected it.
Oh, without the slash. Oh, that triggered the slash.
More. some gameplay.
DPS is better, but one thing I will say is that I'll have to see the Serena test. Also, it's a bit uncontrollable. So, and don't forget, your frame rates do still affect damage. So be aware of that. Lag your frames too much, it may not work out in your favor. But it's definitely better for Gley. We'll have to see whether or not it's better for Serena. If I can hopefully just burst quickly, then it might be alright. So just be careful. Pumping up DPS, I agree with it. I'm all for it. But just don't forget that because frames affect DPS, right? You may actually end up scoring more poorly when you add more fire rate, unless you've got a beast of a PC or a beast of a console. And also recoil control. Oh, actually this gun doesn't have much recoil, so it should be fine. Hey, what you sending truffles on Discord, Arcane? What's the secret
No, I was getting his
illegal
Frink.
meeting?
His Frink code for Steam because I was trying to find him. I was like, what? And I see him. He's like, oh, I haven't even added him yet.
Lol. This.
I was like, give me the Frink code.
I choose to suspect illegal gathering. Listen, Singapore has a law against illegal gatherings, okay? You're all felons. Felons, I tell you. Hey, listen, army boy, you literally know that.
You're right.
Devs fix fire rate, but what they fix is ghost bullets. They didn't fix the FPS problem. So your FPS will still affect DPS, which is why, if you look at it, right, earlier I was kind of murdering them a little bit faster than I am now. Progression-wise, you actually see me, I think, go a bit slower this run. Because as cool as the fire rate is, you're losing, I'm pretty sure you're losing DPS. I'm almost 95% certain. It's hilarious, though. Because, yeah, they fixed fire rate, but they did not fix the problem that came with their stupid FPS lag. What they fixed was ghost bullets, and I hope everybody knows that. So what is the ghost bullet issue? The ghost bullet issue is referring to the fact that for these massive nerds, what they did was that when in the past you could not exceed a certain fire rate without creating ghost bullets, so the game would straight up delete your bullets. Basically, it was part of their anti-cheat thing. Now here, DPS is a completely separate matter because it depends on how laggy it is. Like when there's a lot of blades flying around and stuff like that, you might actually end up doing a slower run. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Because realistically speaking, I'm by this fire rate doing more DPS, right? But if you look at my timer, because of how long it's taking my shots to register and the damage to register, I'm actually going slower. Like earlier, I managed to reach the end point a lot faster than I did here. Like right now, I still got a ways to go, but the timer's ticking down. I'll do a Serena test after this to show you that why more fire rate is kind of bad. There are ways around it, but again, it might be something you have to worry a little bit about. Because do you see, like, I'm hitting faster, but these guys are not dying? Yeah. Last round, I shredded my way through these guys instantaneously because there was nothing to worry about. There's a way to fix this, but God, it's gonna be a pain. Anyway, switch over here. Like as it is, it's the blades that are causing that massive lag. Like here, I've got a higher fire rate on the last dagger, but it's not a problem. But I will say at least this much. It is so freaking funny. I'm not gonna lie. This is as funny as it's gonna get. And we should all enjoy this moment of hilarity because, damn, I kind of dig that. Yeah, I'm slower this run by a full minute. I'm slower this run by a full minute, which is crazy. But there are ways to fix this. Well, there is in RetroVet, but it's really up to you. I mean, fun is what you make it. You can choose to have fun, or you can choose to play some other game. Choice is yours. The ultimate test, though, will be slapping this on Serena, which we're going to do in a couple of seconds. Let's go back to Garina. Garina of the Garina. But there are ways around it, FYI. I can structure some ways around it. It's just going to be hilarious. Of course, Silver Kitsune. That's what a progression-based game is. You clear it, you finish it, you're not supposed to be playing every single day. I play 3-4 hours a day, that's enough for me. Then I go play my Monster Hunter or whatever else. I mean, I also do this as a job, so I find and discover new and interesting ways to play the game, but I mean, for the average person, once you've done what you need to do, you know, go enjoy yourself elsewhere. Chill out on something else. So that's why some people take long breaks. But the danger of taking a long break, like I highlighted earlier, is you take a long break, you come back, you might be completely disoriented. So you have to think about that as well. So consider very carefully about that kind of thing. I mean, look at Arcane. He's taking a break right now because he's a massive nerd. He plays Dark Tide.
I'm sorry.
Oh
okay.
my.
I don't mind that you do, but I'm going to make fun of you for it forever. Dark Tide gamer.
What?
God, that's disgusting. Think about it, I'm disgusted. Throwing up a little bit in my mouth every single time.
Oh.
Now for Serena, this might be okay. Because for Serena, I can control it. Okay, so Gley is a problem because of how many she gens. But Serena should be alright. Okay, Serena is holding. Serena's holding. Let's do it in bursts. Got it. Nice. I actually like it.
Face the flames. My shield falters.
Yeah, do whatever you want to do. Just make sure you tune in for my Wilds content. Or else I'll murder you. Okay, you gotta be supporting me. Okay. Let's see the final result though. We'll have to see the final thing. So far seems okay, but I think I'm actually going slower. I like I mentioned before. In which case I'm gonna mod this again. There are other ways around it.
Let me go.
As I said, the slower fire rate was actually in my favor.
My shield faltered. My shield. Oh no. My shield faltered.
Oh.
Descendant. My shield. My shield has been damaged. Reloading.
Yep. It's not that much slower, but you are losing a bit of DPS. Which makes no sense because more fire rate, you should be faster, right? No. You will be losing some DPS, which is annoying. There needs to be a way to balance it. And I think I know how. Okay. Okay. Right now I've got 476. Not enough. Let me go into the lab. No. For example, last dagger you can go up to 1,800 fire rate. It's not going to cause any lag. This weapon specifically because it spawns the spinners, right? And every spinner is a separate physics thing. You're going to drop your own fire rates while you're firing it. It could, I mean, they could, Ruroni, depends on what people want. So I would say if you want a specific type of character, give them feedback in the official Discord or whatnot. Tell them what you want, and they might add it to the game. Okay. Experiment time. Because now we know what our true fire rate is. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now, if I were to take this out, save it temporarily. There's already a special mod, so I cannot go over that, but there are other mods that I can use. Multi-bullet is a very interesting one. I'm gonna make another R slot. Now let's see what the final fire rate becomes. Not good enough. Okay, so that's one particular option. The other option is I change this out. I can change this out and theoretically lower my fire rate. So what I'm going to do is going to put the fire rate back, and instead of chill priority, we get refrigerated barrel. And then return to the album. We're going to tune. We're going to do a little bit of fine tuning. Silver Kitsune. Your girlfriend sucks, bro. Sorry. I'm just saying that straight. You got smoked on Jindahad. Tell your girlfriend that I personally said she's a shameful gamer. She should only be playing the bow if she can't handle it. You don't need an Artian weapon, by the way, for Jindahad, FYI. Bow, range weapon, might actually help. Okay. Yeah, you don't need Artians for Jin. Artian is like literally the very, very end game when you're like truffles and trying to get some special rolls on your
If
weapon,
all
and then you never
modules
get
were the
those
same,
rolls.
I'd be out of a
Then
job,
you
right?
cry eternally, which is what makes sense. Okay. It's already over 5. The whole maximum be a problem.
Whoa, why is there suddenly one center about speak in pet?
Because, buddy, it's life. Exactly what Jose says.
Wait, Arcane, what you doing?
Welcome, Descendant.
Nothing. Just sitting.
Interesting.
Arcane is emotionally traumatized.
Wait a
Why?
minute. How did I not know you can buy trank bombs in Rise? I don't need to craft trank bombs, I just buy them. What the heck?
Anyway, you seriously doing nothing? Man,
I am. I'm just chilling.
I am experiencing pain without aiming system on
We had a big
Rise
storm
and
come through.
World.
I mean, big storm. Thunder, lightning shook the whole house. I can't believe it was loud.
Damn.
Tornado warnings. But
Real ground
it's
shaking.
bad.
I see.
Troughs.
Okay.
Why am I suffering?
Because you enjoy suffering. It's great for you.
Yeah. Arcane, you should really try World without the aiming system that you have on WoW. It's like, God.
Wait, what about the aiming system?
In the
Okay,
older
so you
Monster
know how you-
Hunters, there's no aim.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't aim your attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So once you commit to an attack, for example, on the Great Sword, you are, well, going to hit in that direction.
You either hit or do you just completely miss it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes. You just miss it.
That's why I stopped using the great sword. I couldn't do it. I was like, nope, I'm done with
Welcome
it.
to the
I'm not-
mod.
And that
And
is
I
and
tried
that is with
multiple
wilds.
times.
That's what he's saying. You know, you gotta try it in the other ones and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
getting
no.
better, you know, and trying to get better. And you, okay,
I'll
I
just-
know.
I'll stick to my hammer for my heavy hits.
Enjoy
I
yourself.
love my hammer.
Wait, I just realized.
Okay, let's test out 20% fire rate. See if we can get a
Would
bit of
they
timing.
add? Would they add rampages into? Would they add rampages into this?
I don't know what a
Yes.
rampage is.
A rampage is basically like a couple of monsters trying to breach your area, and your goal is to just stop them. They have like way less HP and stuff.
So basically, a whole horde of frenzied enemies.
Not say for it's just standing.
I mean, it sounds like fun to me, but you know. Okay, so here's the good news. If you lower your fire rate by just 5%, you can actually make this sort of work. With a fire rate core, which is very, very interesting to me. 2 fire rate cores is great, but you're actually going to lose DPS if you go all the way. That being said, you readjust it.
My shield has been damaged. My shield faltered. Into the light.
I'll get out of the way first.
My shield! My shield falters! My shield has been damaged.
That's how it goes sometimes. But even when I had to farm Serena, for some weird reason, some of her stuff just wouldn't drop for me. So I actually had to go all the way with the pity system. Thankfully, it doesn't take too long. Okay, here we are. Ah, waste of time. That should have been over already.
Reloading. Let me go.
No! I have to do this again to get a proper timing, but actually seems decent.
My shield has been damaged. I do not fare well. My shield falters.
Okay, now that I'm used to the new fire rate. This one was slightly slower, but let's try again.
Damn.
Gotta admit though, hilarious fire rate is hilarious. Nothing wrong with that, Silver Kitsune. We discuss other games quite often, actually. It's just what we do. We're gamers. Play a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I do this Arcane for playing Darktide, but it's fine. Everybody plays what they want to play. I mean, I'll be real with you guys. Just because this is my bread doesn't mean it has to be everybody else's. And once people have got nothing to do, they just chill and go do something else.
On the move. Oh no. My shield falters.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
give me
no.
a second. Let me just complete this rampage.
Okay.
Ah! One time that I don't have to suffer without an aim. Oh, that's the gauntlet.
I'm Descendant. Oh no.
No problem, Silver. Enjoy yourself.
It appears I am in danger. We can do it. On the move.
I think if you ask me, overall it would be way better if you guys stuck to the chill core on it. I mean, you can work with the increased fire rate, it's okay, but I think you will lose some bullets. Listen, Sean, game was already broken way before. It has been that way for a long time. But what you gotta realize is that, unfortunately, okay, it's the people themselves that broke it. Because everybody kept saying, this is too hard, that too hard. They didn't stop and learn builds. They didn't. They literally chose to just sit there and say, everything is hard. I do not want to do it. So what did you expect? Game became easier. That's why we're in the state we are now. I'm gonna turn off damage numbers, see if I can get the frame rates to be better.
Detected.
But at the end of the day, you reap what you sow. In this particular case, they have sowed their own destruction. So we all kind of have to put up with the fact that this game is now a speed run, quick run type game. And them reversing direction on that's going to be not very easy.
I underestimated them. Oh no. I need to reload. My shield falters. My shield has been damaged. My shield falters.
Yep, Kingsguard Lance is not a great weapon.
My shield has been damaged.
A lot of weapons in this game are just not that great, unfortunately. Well, it's why I say there's a lot of untapped potential in this game, in the things that they have right now. Oh, I did it on the floor again. That's gonna affect that run.
Oh no.
Now I can mildly cure the frame rate problem.
My shield has been damaged.
Mildly.
We can do it.
And by turning off the DPS numbers, yeah.
My shield.
Assuming I don't screw up my buff cycle, yeah.
Oh no.
Well, yeah. That's what Freyna's supposed to do. Everyone knew that already. I mean, we all made the builds for her. When was the last time you played, dude? Anyways, you can't use her in Void Erosion Purge because she's skill damage.
On the move.
So I wouldn't say she turns any dungeon. She just turns 400% into very easy matters, but not any
To the
dungeon.
light. I am
Alright, that is
Still
enough
not
of
fall like
experiencing pain without aim system. Back to lines.
My shield has been damaged.
You know, it's not just the aim that makes a difference. For some reason, tackling on mounts feels better. It's more... It's less clunky. For some reason. Could just be
I will rise.
Hmm. Yeah, I still think the chill was better.
Into the light. My shield falters. Oh no. Let me go. My shield falters.
See you later, Adam. Rest well.
Think I can in a link party.
My shield has been damaged.
Yeah, the FPS issue is too hard for this. Like the very second, look at that. Like my damage should be a lot higher than this, but the very second you try and shoot above a certain fire rate because the frames keep dipping to an unbelievably low number, your damage is all wiped out. When if indeed I was firing at the normal rate, like when there's just one enemy, you can literally see a drastic difference there. So 2 fire rate cores, no go here.
My shield falters. My shield.
Wait, I just realized the feline Blanco weapon is a banana.
Yeah. She wears a banana suit too, it's horrible.
My shield falters. Oh no.
surprised you're still awake at this time, though.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm off tomorrow, so.
Fair enough. Rock on. Carry on, my wayward son.
Goodness.
It's too slow. Yeah, this is my newest Serena build. Only difference is that we're just testing a fire rate core, but having now tested the fire rate core, I can tell you now it's not a great idea. Because if you end up getting lag, you will be quite miserable. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say lag. If you end up getting the frame rate drops, it's quite miserable. You're actually slower than the slower fire rate. So I tried it out because a lot of people said it was good, but unless you're gonna run like the world's best PC, yeah, you might struggle a little bit on that. And this is even with damage numbers off. We're like about 30-40 seconds slower. Not good. So, time to change it back. One fire rate core is enough for me. Ugh. I mean, there are ways to mitigate this, but I don't really want to mitigate it. I think I just go back to having the chill core. Please check my build video, Epic Rivers. Everything you'll need is in the build video. There's a reason why. Look, some people might think, oh, why does he keep sending people to build videos? Not because I want their views. I don't care about that. But at the end of the day, if you want to learn something, it's better to just learn the whole thing from the build video, right? So please check my Serena build videos. They're all over my channel. Really easy to find. If you follow them, you'll never have any troubles. I promise you that. And if after you follow those build videos, you still run into trouble or whatever, then, you know, I'll happily eat my words. More or less, that shouldn't be the case. Okay. Let me adjust
You already
a couple
look
things.
fine, but I'm gonna make you look finer.
No problem, Sean. It's what I do. And I will keep doing it. Okay. Let's try switching back over to this. Gold firearm attack. Let's go. First and foremost, Cannon Hunter, did you listen to the video or did you just copy it? There's no double midair maneuvering. There's only one midair maneuvering. I suggest you thoroughly watch the video a couple of times until you get it, because there's a lot of explanations in there. And look, I'll be real with you guys. I know most of you guys only watch 5 minutes of the video. Why? Because you watch it quickly, you screenshot the build, you take it, you don't listen to any of the explanations. So, watch it. Watch it carefully.
Then the wound healed.
And I don't know what you mean by double mid-air maneuvering. Alright?
Oh.
Because double mid-air maneuvering, what exactly are you talking about? I have one mod in there. I do not use two. Check again. Alright, there's the video. I don't know whose video you're watching, but if you're watching mine, it comes with explanations. So I suggest you watch that and you realize why the one shot doesn't work. Alright, watch thoroughly and listen to everything that I say in the video. Because from what you're telling me, it sounds to me like you did not watch the video. And I hope that that's not the case. Same for all of you out there. I can actually see your watch times. Just in case you didn't know. We YouTubers can actually see how much of a video you're watching. And I know most of you if your catalysts don't line up to be able to use all the mods, you put extra catalysts in. You can't just use one catalyst in every slot and use every build. That's not how it works. You should be following the number of catalysts you need. And again, coming back to your first question, what do you mean by double midair maneuver? I don't understand what you're talking about that. Please be more specific with your query. But if your catalysts don't line up, that's a very simple thing. Put in more catalysts. You can have two catalysts, you can have two sockets in one slot. Again, all of this comes from my other videos as well, which talk about how the catalyzation system works, things like that. You can put in more than one catalyst slot into a socket, therefore making it possible to build the builds.
Oh, I forgot about the tail.
You don't just do one catalyst in every slot. Which also comes back to the point of you got to watch the entire playlist of videos. You can't just watch one video and it'll work. There's a whole bunch of information out there. You got to see all the information. There's even information in YouTube Shorts, things like that. So you got to check all that out. There you go, Gannon. 95% of the time, the problem is when a person tells me that there's an issue, the issue is that they haven't studied everything. I know it sounds strange, but I keep telling you guys, everything. You watch every single video, you don't miss a single one. If you do that, I promise you results. But you don't do that, you don't know certain things, you're missing information, you're missing knowledge, you're gonna suffer. There'll be problems here and there. There's so many people that always tells me, but this doesn't work, that doesn't work. I'm like, no, you just lack the knowledge. You did not watch the video. And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be mean to any of y'all. I know how it feels when you don't understand. Because believe me, I've gone through a lot of my life not understanding things. That's why I teach. But when you want to learn, you have to put in the same effort. You have to put in just as much effort, if not more, than the teacher. Because you need to listen. Watch all the videos. It's not a glitch or a trick. It's certainly not a glitch. No, it's a movement technique. This is all in YouTube Shorts. There's a movement trick that is explained to you, and everybody should have watched this video. Hold on, I'll get it for you. But I think you're missing this video. I don't know if this is what he's missing, but everybody should know this movement technique. Study every single short, study every single video. You don't do that, you're missing out. Again, I've said this hundreds and thousands of times, and I can see it in your watch times. I know most of you do not do this. That's why you're missing information. That's why when I say certain things in videos, you don't know what I'm talking about, you don't know what's going on. Watch them. Watch them, watch them, watch them. What you see me do on stream, it's all covered. Anything that I do,
I'm gonna try to tackle you.
all my guides, little tips, tricks, and things like that, I share very, very quickly. If I learn something, I share it straight away. But you gotta put in the effort to watch it all. And I'm aware that yes, it takes time. Yes, I know, I get it, I hear you. I hear that most of you don't have a lot of time, so between playing and watching, you would rather play. I get it. But I'm promising you that you will learn a lot, okay?
Maki got me a meal.
Truffles and his meal riz. Stop haunting me even though I'm playing a different game.
Imagine not having a meal for Maki every time.
I think she thinks you need the carving luck, bro.
Yes. I like go from long start to an inside play back to a long start. And now finally a good side.
My shield.
way, if there's any of you that do not know that we've got a playlist of all our videos, please check out that playlist.
Oh no. My shield has been damaged.
I just hope that all of you will take this lesson to heart. Please, please, please watch every single video. I know how much it sucks. I know my videos are longer, but like I said, you're gonna learn a lot.
I have 131 art spell.
Good, you can smelt it, Ultra.
I'm gonna keep some. In case we need it for like... Probably wouldn't be used,
That's alright, but I hope that the next time, Ganon, that you come here, you have checked out all the videos, alright? Please don't miss a single one. You want to understand this game, you want to really do well, you want to avoid confusion, you got to watch every single one. A to Z. There's no shortcut. Alright? Same goes for everybody here. I'm being straight with you, I'm being honest with you. No matter how much other people on Reddit might lie to you and say that I only want you guys to watch my videos to increase my watch time revenue and all that, that's what we call bullshit. You gotta separate bullshit from truth. And I will always be truthful and honest with you because that's what I do as a creator. So I'm telling you straight, don't miss a single video. You want to get good at this game? Watch every single video, A to Z. A to Z. Even if you think it's completely irrelevant to you, it's like, oh, this is complex stuff that I'm not going to understand, do it anyway. Because in the back, if it's in the back of your mind, that little bit of extra knowledge, right? One day it's going to click. I promise you. That's how I learn. Even though I don't understand what something is for right now, sometimes when I'm playing Monster Hunter, I'll just go and learn like all the random shit about like this monster or that monster, or I'll just go and learn about like what this particular skill will do, because I don't know when that knowledge is going to help me in making a build. I don't know when that knowledge is going to help me in understanding something that I didn't understand before. So once you get it, you know, you keep it in your head, I promise you it will click. But if you watch one thing in isolation, I mean, kind of case proven, right? If you watch one thing in isolation without considering other factors, then you're only getting half the picture. So even if you watch that same thing 6 times, you won't get it. This is why a more well-rounded bit of knowledge is important.
Oh no.
Yep. But at least now you do know. One of my 2 favorite off-meta guns I don't have as any favorite off-meta guns because using anything inefficient is a waste of time. I only use what's efficient, because if I'm wasting time, then you guys are not getting the best. I could do it, but it's literally a big waste of time. Well, at least now you learned. But like I said, Ganon, all this could have been resolved if you watched every single video. And that's true as well. You can learn by trying, but you want to save yourself time? You know, I've said it billions of times, but again, you can bring the horse to water, you can't make it drink, right? You want to save yourself time, just watch every single video. Every single person that's done well, right, does not sit at my streams. They come to the streams only once they've cleared all the videos. They literally just go there, watch all the videos, learn. Then they come here, ask a couple of questions, okay, go back, learn. Then you see that those people that do that, right, when they come back, then they see me doing things. They see me testing the new builds, they grasp it straight away. It's a lot easier for them because they've got all the knowledge up here.
Okay, you got nothing?
By the way, y'all two can feel free to talk. I can lower your volume, so it's not a problem. Okay. We good. Preconceived notions can be cleared as well. And look, Retro, what is easy for some people is not easy for others. That's why teaching videos exist. So while I get your sentiment, that is also considered, unfortunately, rude. And I prefer if you didn't say that. Your choice at the end of the day, but if you keep up with that attitude, unfortunately, I will have to remove you from this space, and I hope that that's not the case. Okay? So I'm going to remove that right now. Don't say that again.
Jinda Hut's weapons are...
Things change, Ganon. So, gotta stick with the times. And that's why, even if you think you know, watch it again. Because what you think you know may not be what is actually the case. And I hope that this just serves as a valuable lesson to everybody. Never underthink. Don't overthink either. Just watch, learn, observe. Best way. Even now, I still learn things all the time. But you gotta have your mind open to it. Once you make an assumption, your mind is not open. And in Singapore, we have a simple saying. Assuming makes an ass out of you and me. So, don't assume. Alright, we are done for the day. I have done as much farming as I need to. I'm gonna head off for now. Now remember, there's no stream tonight. Okay? I will be busy with my family dinner. If I do a stream tonight, it will just be a surprise stream. And what's my inspiration when making music? I'll tell you very simply, guy on TikTok. Pain. That's the only answer you need. All music is pain. And that's how we do it. No stream tonight. Okay, reminder. There's also no video today. So if you see me on tonight, it's just going to be a chill stream, whatever. It's going to be a surprise. Enjoy it if I'm on. If I'm not, I have not gone missing. You'll see me tomorrow. All right? Don't call the cops. Okay? I'll be at my family dinner. I'll see you all. Don't do anything weird while I'm gone. I will catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow morning is the normal schedule, so I'm going to be on Monster Hunter in the morning, First Descendant in the evening. All right? Thank you all very much. I'll see you guys then, and we'll have some more interesting discussion streams, as we always do in the evenings, tomorrow onward. Today, busy day. All right? So I'll see you all day. Oh, and if anyone hasn't checked out my music yet, make sure to head on over to my YouTube music channel or my SoundCloud. We post everything there first. My next music release will be on Spotify, Apple Music, all that kind of stuff, but currently there's only one release there. You can still follow me there. I'm always looking for monthly listeners on all available music platforms. Just that the releases on official platforms are slower than the ones that you're going to get, including the behind the scenes stuff. So if you haven't checked out my SoundCloud, YouTube music channel, make sure y'all check that out. All right? See y'all there. And Bendo, well, I hope you already know my music channels, yeah? Catch y'all later.